Okay, you guys, for everyone who wants to know, are you DTF? Down to farm, that is? That's right. Farmer Wants a Wife is back on Fox with 4 hot new farmers looking for the love of their lives. But are these ladies ready to take on the farm life? And you know dating one woman has its challenges, but juggling 5, these farmers are going to have their hands full. Don't miss the all-new season of Farmer Wants a Wife Thursday on Fox. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I am your host, Nick, and everyone is fired at The Bachelor. I don't even know who's running that show anymore. Huh?
Nobody.
Like it's we got after the final rose next week, and I don't know who's in charge.
We don't even know if it's gonna air.
Grant's in charge. Amongst the the most recent Deadline did an article a couple weeks ago talking about the toxic workplace environment over at the I don't even know what you call it, because Warner Brothers produces the show, but Warner Brothers, it's produced by Next Media, which was the company I think originally owned or started by Mike Fleiss, I think. And that's where all the production team works out of, but it's also kind of run by Warner Brothers. I don't know. I don't totally get it. Anyways, yeah. So the showrunners Claire and Bennett are no longer with the show. So
do we think they left on their own accord?
I think they got fired.
You think they got fired?
Yeah. I don't think they were oh, there's some rumors going on about us. You know what? Let's, for the good of the show, let's
step away.
Let's step away. I think it's been fascinating as someone Bennett was kind of I think to my knowledge I know 2 people who still are working.
Well, no longer Bennett.
Yeah, I know. I'm including Bennett in that I don't know.
You said I know.
I still know 2 people.
Oh, who's the other person?
I don't think you've never met him.
Oh. Mystery.
It seems so when Mike Fleiss left the show, there was a big, I think we talked about this big kind of shakeup. And Mike Fleiss is, for those who don't know, the creator of the show. He's been living on an island in literally Hawaii. When he felt kind of sticking his nose in it, he would tell people what to do, and then sometimes he would take a hiatus. It was kind of no one really knew what was going on. Anyways, and so when he stepped down or got pushed out or whatever, there's still people think he's still very much involved, but there was a big shakeup, and they brought in this Claire person from Bachelor Canada, brought her down, and then a lot of people who were kind of running things were let go. Bennett was the lone survivor of the OG group, and a lot of people had hurt feelings about how that all went down, and I think a lot of people felt like Bennett left them kind of hanging, so to speak. Mixed feelings, I mean, it can go both ways. Business is business, but I think a lot of people were upset with, I think Bennett, because he was kind of the last man standing. And this Claire person came in from Bachelor Canada, and those 2 kind of seemingly took over. They kind of got in locks-up with each other. And again, these are all just rumors or just opinions from people who have worked on the show and things that I've heard. But it seems like a lot of people, they all kind of blame Claire.
Well, what seasons has Claire run?
I don't forget when she started. She worked on Joey's season for sure. There was another person, his name was Jason, and it was Jason, Bennett, and Claire kind of running things. And then Jason got pushed out by Claire and Bennett.
Oh, no.
Allegedly. And somehow, some way, Jason got let go.
Allegedly.
I heard that, they kind of pushed him out, but again, this is all speculation. This is all rumors.
They're not rumors, they're whisperings.
Well, what I'm sharing are opinions from people, but yeah, this is what I've heard from people in it. So yeah, it's kind of fascinating.
Someone from Canada is being mean?
I don't know if she's being mean, but I think a lot of people don't appreciate, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, the Hollywood Reporter article says their exits come in the wake of allegations that Freeland and Graebner oversaw a, in quotes, toxic and hostile workplace on The Bachelor, claims the pair have denied through their attorney. So, I mean, through the attorney, they denied it, according to Hollywood Reporter.
And the attorney's statement is, my clients are well-respected professionals with a long history in this business. They are frankly stunned and saddened by some of the things they are hearing now for the first time.
It doesn't seem like they're very respected if all these people are hey, toxic work environment.
It's giving PR trained.
Yeah. A dozen current and former staff members on The Bachelor accused them of creating a culture of fear and secrecy.
But no, they're respected.
But I trust the lawyer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Literally.
there's a difference between like raising, I don't know. I think, I honestly don't know what to think. I think there are a lot of hurt feelings by what happened a couple years ago. I think a lot, the Jen finale, I think they caught a lot of heat for that. That was Claire and Bennett, whose idea was it Claire or was it Bennett? I don't know. They caught a lot of heat for that. They made a lot of decisions. And what I've heard is they kind of just left a lot of people out and they kind of siloed themselves. Anyways, it just seems like there was a lot of toxicity, a lot of bad feelings, a lot of people, feeling like they were getting pushed out. Just what was described to me as very Game of Thrones over there.
I'm like, how do they choose the next king of the throne?
Well, that will be interesting because, again, it's very much like, the Bachelor franchise is run by Warner Brothers, right? And there's been a lot of mix up there, but it's also like ABC is the distributor, ABC/Hulu/Disney, ultimately Disney. And I don't really know how they decide all those things, but like there's a lot of say that ABC has, even though they're not the ones that produce it, right? So I think that's always kind of been their challenge about like, there's always been a lot of fighting for like who has the right to do what between ABC and Warner Brothers. So it'll be interesting to see will ABC maybe get more pull with the shakeup or not? I don't know, but
we shall see. I
hope with the shakeup, they also shake up the show a little bit.
Same. That's what I'm hoping.
I hope so too.
Mhm.
I hope this is an opportunity, but I don't know if they will.
Well, because I hope what happens is that like new people come in and then the work environment on their end becomes less toxic if it was in fact that way. And then people like kind of get their like creativity back and are excited to like shake things up on the show and it ripples.
I always thought it was interesting that this Claire person got hired because like she got hired right after she basically destroyed Bachelor in Paradise Canada. Like it no longer
What
exists.
happened there?
Well, does it exist
How did that
anymore?
happen?
I don't think so. I
No,
don't
but
know.
what-
Well, I don't know. I've never really
there a
seen it or
story there?
watched it or followed it, but I don't know if there's a story. I just know that it no longer exists.
Hmm.
And they were like, she's the right person for us.
So it's like she has a trail of coming in and like being like, oh, let's just get rid of Bachelorette. Let's just get rid of Bachelor.
You know what they need to bring back? They need to bring back the was it called the Bachelor Games?
It's called Bachelor Pad, you mean?
Bachelor Pad, yeah,
Yeah.
the one where they like they cross all the seasons and then they would like play and be partners.
You're thinking Winter Games.
No, she's talking about Bachelor Pad, which came out before Bachelor in Paradise. It was their original spin-off. Some say before their time, before like competition reality shows from like bringing back old cast members and doing silly games and things like that. Like a lot of people thought it was great. For whatever reason, this
I
was
never watched
years
it.
ago.
I loved it.
This was years ago. I never watched it either, but I was
Right.
familiar with it. And then they canceled it. And then that's when they took like a couple year break. And that's how Bachelor in Paradise started. Because they were like looking for a different spinoff. And again, like maybe it was just before time. This was before like, obviously Traitors came out and the success of that and all these like
Right.
competition shows where they brought like, like they have Love Island All Stars, and things like that, it didn't work back then and seems to work now. So I don't know.
It says
It
2010,
was so good.
3 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, it had 3 seasons and went away. And then like what, 2014 was the first year of Paradise, something like that?
Was that also the same show where like at the end they like it was similar to how it is on Love Island where they get the chance to either split the money or like if they both
There was a big scene
then
where this
one
guy,
guy didn't do
his
it?
name was Nick, and like it was like if you both agree to keep it, you split it, and if one person agrees to keep it, and the other person, if some person says like keep it, and the other person says share it, the person who keeps it gets it. And this guy
Right.
named Nick took it, and was very much hated, but he took like $250,000 and left the girl hanging.
Left the girl hanging.
So
Wow.
rude.
it was wild.
The exact opposite
wild.
of
It
the
was
Traitors
it was a
finale.
big deal. Yeah, it was the opposite of the
Yeah.
4 traitors coming together.
It's what Brittany would have done in the Traitors finale.
It is what Brittany would have done.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Bachelor, we had Fantasy Suites episode this week.
Well, he's clearly picking
Juliana.
Juliana.
My girl.
Boy cried. She gave a very vocal fry version of Trauma.
Love her.
I mean, sure, yeah, sure.
I
She seems
do.
lovely. She seems nice.
I do. I've been reading from them from day one. I was like, yeah,
Mhm.
cry together.
He
It
did
was
say
just a very long-winded way of being like, yeah, I mean, my ex cheated on me.
My ex cheated on me. It affects people differently. She's still healing.
I mean,
Yeah.
and again, like it's a tough situation for sure. Like, but then Grant just crying. I was like, is it hot there? Is it sweating? How moist? Like,
It was
but then like fast forward to the dates with the Tia, he was dry as fuck.
I do always wonder about the temperature on these shows.
Well,
Like
that-
Temptation Island, I'm like, how hot is it?
Did
there?
you
How
see the
cold is
clip
it?
of Grant at the Woman Tell All where Jesse's announcing let's look at the clip, and Grant looks like he's physically
yeah,
uncomfortable,
they're
and
like-
people are like, "What IBS does this man have right now? Like he wants to get off the stage."
He did look very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Nick, what happens in that situation if you're like, if you have IBS and you're the Bachelor? Like,
Why
what do
you-
you do?
I don't
I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that this happened to you, but you just gave like a whole thesis on like
Nick
production
doesn't do,
schedule.
he doesn't do potty talk.
Okay. If you're feeling a
They
little,
might have to have experienced IBS.
What if you have a
Sorry.
nervous poop?
what if you feel sick? What if you have a tummy ache?
In what situation?
And you're the Bachelor and you have to go on camera and be the Bachelor and do fantasy suites, but you're like,
You're feeling like you could
they're like
potentially
bubbles.
have like death of the reader.
Or Grant-
know?
I'm in the fantasy suite, and I got bubble butt.
yeah. What do you do in that
Bubble
situation?
guts, I think, not bubble butt.
What?
Bubble butt is
Bubble
from
guts.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Or the song.
Bubble gut.
Bubble gut. Like,
I mean, yeah.
do you
I
tell
don't-
producers or do you just hold it?
Do you go
You
to
can't
a
hold it
different
in those
suite?
situations.
Okay.
It's
Or is
just
this
gonna-
like bonding? Is
You have
this
to
like,
give him the specific instance. If you were Grant and
When was the last time you had the middle of the night urge to poop, like 2 a.m.?
2 days ago?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, me too. In my defense, I went out on
You know,
Friday.
I'm sorry.
I went out on Friday night and I ate mac and cheese before I went
You were
out,
right.
and then I got kind of drunk, and then I was like, oh no.
Put it this way: this is the first time you're going to be alone with anyone in this environment. So, whatever your body is feeling, you're probably fairly in tuned.
But
And there
imagine,
might be now's the time type of
imagine
thing.
you're Juliana. You finally get your fantasy suite with Grant, and he's just like, oh no,
Excuse me.
I'm sure it's
No,
happened.
imagine you're Juliana.
It's
and
like white
you
chick
have
scene.
bubble gut.
no.
the white chick scene, literally.
This is what I want to know from the fuck the toxic workplace environment, but hope that gets better. I want to know what's happening internally.
Why do you assume?
I want to know what's happening in the
Gut-wise.
fantasy suite if you've got bubble gut.
These
I mean,
are
they
important questions.
acknowledge the intimacy of fantasy suites in this episode, and for me, like a fresh Bachelor watcher, they don't do that, right?
They
They've
do.
been doing
Didn't they
it
try to
last few
rebrand the
seasons.
word of fantasy suites too?
Did they?
Overnights or something? I feel like I've heard a different term for a little bit that they were using.
They have used overnights. I don't know if there's a
Mm.
rebrand there.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not.
Because I'm still saying fantasy suites.
I have a question. So in this episode, Katie and Latia talk. And Katie says that she wishes that Zach had waited to tell her about what happened in the fantasy suites with the other women.
When did he tell
would
her?
you guys want to know after the fact? Or
When did he tell her?
Zach had told Katie in the middle of when the season was still going on. And
He's
she's saying
like-
that she would have
He's like, I
Rather
had
that
sex
they
with
wait.
so and so.
Yeah.
Did we know that he did, or was she being vague? Zach told me. I wish he would have waited because he told me they cuddled. So did Katie admit to to Zach? Did she call out Zach or something?
She said that was something that bothered her, that Zach told her about what was going on, or that he had been intimate with someone else. And then she suggested to Latia that you don't want to know. And Latia was
that's
like,
why
yeah, you're
Latia
right. I
said
don't want to
that
know.
to
And then
Grant.
she said to Grant, I don't want to know what you've done with other women. And I'm like, I would want to know.
I don't think I would.
No?
No, that would just
You would
put me in
rather
my
wait
head.
until after?
Yeah, if
Is
I
it
knew
going to
that
change
he
your decision
slept.
tree? Is it going to change your mind? Yeah, like how you make a
Victorian era.
decision. Does anyone?
Okay, Mr.
Decision
Milchick.
tree.
It's like if they do this, I'm going to do that.
Cause and effect.
Sure. You're on The Bachelor. This person has a fantasy suite with multiple people. They're given a green light if they want to potentially do that. Are you going to get engaged and then say and break up with them? Are you going to be the first person in the history of the show to find out that the lead had sex with someone and then before AFR break up with them because they had sex with one other person and then come out at AFR and be like, yeah, they fucked someone, so fuck them. You're going to do that? I mean, certainly sex has been talked about and it's been, and for various reasons, people had problems with it or not have problems with it, but no one's actually been like, yeah, we broke up. And then it's like, why? Because they had sex with someone else. That's never happened.
That's crazy that in all the years of The Bachelor. That's
Right.
never
And then you
happened.
have situations like Susie where she found out that Clayton had been
He said that before he said
Well,
that
Clayton's
too.
was different because Clayton was just like, I love everybody.
And I had sex with everyone.
Yeah, and he came out at the rose ceremony. He's like, yeah, I had sex with you. I had sex with you. And I had sex with you. And it was just like, I love you all. And isn't that great? Everyone's in love.
If you're gonna be the Bachelor, be the Bachelor.
I swear to God, like they must have given Clayton advice while he was eating 2 burritos at the same time, and like he just like
I don't
wasn't.
know, I do
He's like,
understand.
I think you should tell all these women you had sex with them. And he's like, sure, and like not thinking. Anyways, I think that's nuts that Katie came out and was like, yeah, Zach told me he had sex with someone else before my fantasy suite.
I'm choosing you, but like I slept with her.
I
and
thought it was
her,
like
and
during a
her.
musical act where he like whispered in her ear, be like, yeah, I had sex with her.
Yeah.
Anyway, did Grant make it seem like he didn't have sex?
Well, when he was on the show,
No,
he
he
said
definitely
that he
did.
was like, I like literally was like, that changes everything. Like, I'm not having sex in fantasy suites.
He kind of made it seem like he wasn't having sex.
He made it seem like he wasn't having sex.
Yeah.
You know, maybe.
We all assume they have sex, but that doesn't mean they do.
Right.
We got to take Grant's word.
You had sex
No.
before me.
Huh?
Us Weekly, are you listening?
Breaking news.
Well, anyways, but so.
But wait, did you have sex with? No, wait. Out of curiosity, because I'm curious if, like, because you knew you were gonna pick Vanessa the whole time.
Yeah.
So, like, if he knew he was gonna pick Juliana the whole time, he's like, listen, like, I'm not having sex with anyone else but Juliana. Like, so did you have sex with Vanessa?
The whole time Nick was like, has this happened before? I was like, I've never seen The Bachelor, but I'm pretty sure didn't that happen your season? I'm not gonna out you.
I definitely, when I was the Bachelor, was not gonna.
I'm not gonna out you.
I'm not. I was not gonna like hook up with multiple people. I knew that going in. If I was gonna hook up with anyone, it was only gonna be one. That was my promise to myself. That was
Your
vow.
right reason.
Yeah, that was my right reason.
That was your Boy Scout.
You were like, I will fuck one person here.
Okay.
I didn't
Well, so
say
maybe
fuck.
I wonder if Grant did too.
Be intimate.
But he does love Latia.
Which is so confusing.
It was by the way,
So
and I love you.
confusing.
It was a throwaway.
But he did say
Was
he said
it?
it multiple times.
Multiple
It was like in the
times.
morning, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, no, my girl."
It didn't feel like he ever really meant it.
Oh.
Do you
Well,
think he did?
I think he did.
I think he did.
He said it with eye contact.
He probably thought he did.
He said it with conviction.
Well, I knew it wasn't Zoe.
Yeah.
After that silent yoga.
Which I think next week someone's gonna be real pissed.
Yeah, it'll be me if it's not Juliana.
It's definitely Juliana.
It's definitely Juliana, but
Come
like,
on.
well, I mean, we don't know if it's definitely Juliana. I definitely think it's Juliana, and I definitely think Latia is gonna be pissed. The question is, will Latia be messy? Will she come out at AFR and be like, "What's all that love talk?"
I mean-
She's
I
not gonna
hope
be
so.
messy.
You don't think so?
She's a woman of God.
Yeah.
Oh, because they can't.
The
be
women
messy?
of God are the meanest fucking
That's true.
bitches in my
That is true.
DMs. So
I agree.
I will say, I respect Juliana when he was going to give out the roses and he was walking up and she's like, all right, ladies. As if she's like supporting everybody, but she's secretly like, I'm going to win.
Oh.
Yeah, she knows she's gonna win.
Yeah.
Zoe, wow, what a run!
Justice for Zoe.
What do you mean justice for Zoe? She made it farther than she should.
She played the game.
And by
Yeah.
should, I mean like for someone who had no connection with the lead,
No one-on-one.
no
They
one.
gave her no opportunity. She had no one-on-one, and then her final date is in a silent yoga session.
Like,
where
tell me
she
you
can't
don't
even
like
talk to
me.
you.
literally, like, you don't want to know anything about me.
She was like, I'm so excited to like actually have time with him. And then she's like, a
She's
silent
like, I'm really
yoga
excited
session.
to open up,
Mhm.
really talk about just like stuff I've been through. He's like, so our date today, you won't be speaking.
And the instructors just think, shh.
Yeah.
Shh. It's like, it's not me, babe.
And she hates yoga too.
Wow.
She was
Mm.
set up, you're right.
She was.
Well, coming up shortly, we have Crystal Minkoff and Cynthia Bailey of the hit show Humble Brag joining us momentarily to talk a little Housewives of Atlanta, just a little Bravo gossip, what's going on in their lives. And then after that, we also have Dasha joining us
Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down?
from that hit song and many more. She's also a big fan of White Lotus, we've heard. And does a little pop culture. So we'll see what Dasha has to say coming up shortly as well. Any final thoughts on Bachelor before we move on to Crystal and Cynthia?
Should we do our final bets on who's winning?
Team Jules?
Come the fuck on.
I'll be messy and
I'm
say
Team
Latia.
Latia, but I'm
Team TT.
TT. But no disrespect for
Team.
Jules, but I think he's going to pick Jules.
No disrespect to the winner.
Well, we're just saying, like, we are Team Latia,
Oh.
but we do know that he will be picking
And
someone
it's not
else.
about not Team Jules. I just
No, happy that
a
they're
fan of-
happy.
I'm a fan of Latia's.
All right.
Nick's a fan of runner-ups.
Yeah, and I think she's a runner-up.
He lives an underdog.
And I think
Yes.
I think she got played.
Oh.
I think the producers played her. I think Grant was very much listen, like, it's not Grant's fault. He doesn't know about this world, and he's going into this world with a level of like, hey, I'm going to trust you guys.
Wait, does anyone else remember when he was here and he was talking about where Nick was like, like, that'll be an amazing finale. Like, you're really torn between two women. And he was like, I wasn't really that torn. Like, I knew I was going to pick. I just didn't want to, like, it's like hurting someone's feelings.
I'm curious if
that was performing, because that preview of the finale, this man is like, how much more time do I have? I have to go right now. Yeah. I'm not ready.
That's not, but if he's faking that, if that's all bullshit, that's not his fault. That's the producer's fault.
That's Claire and Bennett's fault.
That's Claire. Listen, I just don't expect, like, again, there's no gun to anyone's head and no one's making you say anything. But in that world, he just doesn't know better. Of all the leads before him, people who, like, Grant wasn't in the top 4, either it was Hannah Brown. So it's not like it hasn't happened before. But people who don't make it the top 4 have a very limited experience and very different experience about, like, the final stages of the season. And so if you make it the top 4 and then you become the lead, you are far more prepared than people who don't. You just, like, there's just it's like a whole different version of filming with the stakes being elevated and that much higher. And for Grant having not had experience that, he's really going in this whole phase of the show incredibly blind and very much trusting these people. So, like, and I've heard from previous producers that they always thought that Claire and Bennett were very scripted, very staged, very much they kind of decided, like, the beats of the show and kind of told leads exactly what to do and say and didn't really give them much wiggle room. I heard that. Don't know if there'd be pushback from Claire and Bennett on that opinion, but that is what I heard. But if that's true, I give Grant a lot of grace.
I think Grant's been a great Bachelor, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I've really enjoyed watching him. I think he's very personable with all the ladies, and I haven't had one moment where I'm like, fuck this guy. And usually there's one moment in a Bachelor season where I'm like, fuck this
But
guy.
if he's saying I love you to Latia, and what if Latia, like what the runner-up? What if the runner-up, they've positioned this whole season as like he doesn't know, morning of, he doesn't know. They make it seem like, not even make it seem. They have Jesse Palmer come out in this preview and act as if like they are about to bring the two, it's proposal, it's ready to go. It's proposal time, whatever time in the day they have the proposal set, it is time. And he still doesn't know.
Yeah.
And he needs to let Jesse know, of all people. Like, there's no way that's true. There is no way that's true. Just knowing how the show is done, there is no way they woke up that morning and they were like, who are you going to pick? And Grant was like, I have no idea.
But Jesse Palmer was like, I need
to bring Jesse Palmer. And if they really didn't know, if Grant really didn't know, the last person they would bring in is Jesse Palmer. Because, like, and again, love Jesse. Great at his job for what they asked the Bachelor host to do, but it's very different from what they asked the Temptation Island host to do in terms of, like, actually giving advice. I've never seen Jesse do anything other than pat them on the back and go, all right, well, good luck. So for Grant to say that he knew on this show, that means that Claire and Bennett basically forced Grant into pretending that morning he didn't know, which means that they might have forced Grant into saying a lot of shit to their runner-up that he didn't believe or was true. And it will be very curious how Grant handles that. And I'll be curious to see if if I'm the runner-up, I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't offer Grant any grace. I mean, despite me offering him grace, because I'm not personally involved, if I'm the runner-up, I'd be like, fuck that guy.
Go fuck yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds toxic.
Guess we'll see.
Can't wait. Well, up next, Crystal and Cynthia.
There's nothing worse than wanting a little sunshine in the morning, waking up your house, as some say, and pulling up a cheap blind that's like crinkled and messed up and not good. You don't get that with 3-day blinds.
We love the convenience of 3-day blinds. Looks great in our house, and it was even better not having to go anywhere to get them.
It's 2025. Are your blinds still from 2005? There's a better way to buy blinds, shades, shutters, and drapery, and it's called 3-Day Blinds. They are the leading manufacturer of high-quality custom window treatments in the U.S.
We can shop for almost anything at home. Why not shop for blinds at home, too? 3-Day Blinds has local professional trained design consultants who have an average of 10-plus years of experience that provide expert guidance on the right blinds for you in the comfort of your home. Just set up an appointment and you'll get a free, no-obligation quote the same day.
With 3-Day Blinds, you choose from thousands of options that fit your budget or your style, and with actual samples, you won't be guessing what your blinds will look like. 3-Day Blinds have been in business for over 45 years, and they have helped over 2 million people get the window treatments of their dreams so they are a brand you can trust. Right now, get quality window treatments that fit your budget with 3-Day Blinds. Head to 3dayblinds.com/VIALL for their buy one, get one 50% off 50 deal on custom blinds, shades, shutters, and drapery for a free, no charge, no obligation consultation. Just head to 3dayblinds.com/VIALL. One last time, that's buy one, get one 50% off when you head to the number 3dayblinds.com/VIALL. First Leaf is a wine box subscription service. Each month, customers receive a selection of wine tailored to their preference. First Leaf is great at picking out wines based on our preferences. They're also our go-to for finding special occasion wines. If you ever need extra bottles, you can easily add more to your club orders. Getting started with First Leaf is a breeze. I just answered a few quick questions about my wine preferences on their site, and they put together an amazing assortment of top-notch wines just for you, and it gets delivered right to your door. One of the best parts about First Leaf is how they let you control your delivery schedule, so you can choose exactly when your wine arrives, so you never have to worry about missing a delivery. It's so convenient. Plus, if you get a bottle that you don't absolutely love, it's not a problem because First Leaf has a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Listen, there's nothing better than showing up to a party with a bottle of wine and everyone's like, oh my gosh, that's the best bottle of wine ever. Where is it from? What did you do? Where did you get it? How did you know about it? First Leaf. Make every cozy night in special with wines from First Leaf that you know you'll love. Go to tryfirstleaf.com/VIALL to sign up and you'll get your first 6 hand-picked bottles for just $44.95. That's tryfirstleaf.com/VIALL. Tryfirstleaf.com/VIALL. There's a lot of things you have to change about your house and about products you like when you have children, when you have pets, when you're thinking of other people other than yourself. And the best place to go is Branch Basics. Their premium starter kit replaces dozens of toxic cleaners with just one powerful plant and mineral-based concentrate. No synthetic fragrances, no harsh chemicals, just real effective cleaning that's safe for babies, pets, and the planet. Branch Basics is human safe and biodegradable, making it perfect for families, especially those with babies, kids, or pets. Switching to Branch Basics isn't just better for your health, it's better for your wallet too. On average, each bottle costs just $2.13 less than most conventional cleaners, but with safer, high-quality ingredients, that means you're getting a premium, truly human-safe cleaning system at a fraction of the cost of traditional products. Honestly, there's nothing that scares me more than like spraying something on my counter and then being like, oh my gosh, did some particles of that land on like my daughter's toy that she's gonna put in her mouth, and now I have to like it spirals and I go, but not with Branch Basics. Since I've been using Branch Basics, I am at such a peace of mind with cleaning my house. And Branch Basics refill model makes it easier to keep your home clean year-round. Once you run out, all you need to restock is the concentrate and oxygen boost. Plus, the kits make the perfect gift for any occasion. Make this year the year you say goodbye to toxic products. Right now, our listeners get 15% off their premium starter kit by using code VIALL at branchbasics.com. That's 15% off your new Branch Basics premium starter kit at branchbasics.com with promo code VIALL. Make 2025 your cleanest, healthiest year yet with Branch Basics.
Oof, Atlanta's.
Are you enjoying it?
Love it.
Oh, God.
Dude, Portia's.
Oh, it's just getting started.
Portia's
We have no idea.
joke.
Listen.
Portia's no joke.
All right,
it is
ready?
Just getting started.
Crystal, Cynthia, hi, welcome back. How are you?
Hi.
Thank you.
We love being back.
Well, you
what's
should.
new?
You've been on a cruise for
No, not a cruise.
3 weeks.
She's been on like a private personal
Exactly.
yacht. Must be nice.
It was nice, guys, and I'm happy to be back.
How do you
Oh, you
get?
should.
How,
You look very rested.
how does one get invited to a personal yacht?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about our pod, like the whole thing. But I am a good guest.
You're a good guy.
I'm a good guest.
Okay,
like
yeah.
I like to think of myself. I work very hard at being a good host.
You're easy to be around.
But I'm a good
Sure.
guest. I roll with it.
Mhm.
You know, you
Mhm.
want to do this? Yes, that's great. You
Yeah.
want like extra energy?
You're
I'm
easy.
there.
This is your, it's your boat.
Yeah, it's like but I'm gonna like I roll with it, and you just gotta like I'm constantly aware of my host, how she's feeling.
Mhm,
Like, is
mhm.
she happy with? It's like, does she want us to be more low key today?
Right,
Is she
right,
like
right.
the energy? You're an energy person,
Yeah.
so I
for
read
sure.
energy, and I'm a good guest. And I got invited to my friend's birthday party on her $40 million yacht. It was really nice.
Oh,
And I had never been on a private yacht. I've never done that before. I grew up on cruises.
Neither have I.
Well, it's
Yeah.
you're
Yet.
next.
Were you by yourself or was Rhonda?
No, it was 9 girls total,
Girl trip,
including my
okay.
host, and she had sailed for 2 years straight during COVID around the world, and then she took a break, and then this was her
Wow.
first girls trip. It was always been with her family, and a couple like friends pop, and everyone gets like a week.
When rich girls get together,
Yeah.
do they bring man candy?
No, no. It's not like that. It's not
I
like
don't
that.
know, like
Like
something to
White
look.
Lotus.
So
Sure,
the
I don't
whole
know.
trip, I haven't seen White
Yes.
Lotus yet, but
Oh,
everyone kept
obsessed.
referencing we were all White Lotus somehow, and like we'd walk it. Like I'm like, oh, is someone like doesn't someone get murdered or something? I'm sure, but no, it's not like that. And by the way, not all the guests are like super wealthy. It's a wide range. So, but all of us
Who's the
pale.
poorest person? on
Yeah,
that
like I'm
boat?
closer to being the poorest, but like, no, that's not true. But it's like the discrepancy from her to us is so extreme. So no matter how much you have, you're still every second is exciting because you walk on and the girls are insane. They're so gorgeous and beautiful. And they always have a different water, like a different flavored, seltzer water that they made for you and a cold towel. And you're like, oh, this is like fancy. And then if you go to the dock, you're like, oh, I want to jump in the water. There's always someone there ready to put on like a sleeve for you.
Okay, I think I'm getting
and
angry.
a hat. And they like, it's crazy. And every day there's baskets of like sunscreen. Like for me, like just like a brand new sunscreen is like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's a basket of 30.
Wow.
I officially hate my life right now. But
It's
continue.
Crazy.
Continue.
And the chef cooks breakfast, lunch, and
well,
dinner.
of course.
And it's just like, I just kept saying like, I would be such a great billionaire. I'd be such a generous billionaire.
You would.
I
You'd be
would-
giving out cars.
I would be.
For sure.
I
You
would
would,
crush.
for
And
sure.
like all my friends would be on this boat full time. And
Yes.
I got home at 1 last night and it's a rough transition, but this is the best one. The best transition to be with you guys.
Speaking of good guests, what happened with Chanel?
Oh, okay. So you're not gonna give me a little wellness check and see how my week went? I just get all the smoke.
This is
That kind of
your
morning, you're like,
wellness check,
yeah, that's your
Cynthia.
trip on the boat, Crystal, on the yacht, and then Cynthia. Yeah. So what was the smoke with you and Chanel? Chanel
She came in hot. Did she not?
She came in.
You know what? She did. She did. We had a little thing to squash. I don't want to call it the beef because
This
it was
episode came out
small.
yesterday.
Yes. Yes. If you guys haven't watched it, please watch it.
I
to
heard
get
it
the full
sounds like an episode
context.
of Housewives.
Well, we went back and forth. And I feel like, Chanel is, well, I know that she's a big personality. I am a personality, but I usually stay out of the smoke. I usually find a way. All these years, I've found a way to kind of dodge the landmines and just be good. And we had some things we just needed to discuss. And I'm not going to go into detail because I literally just don't even have the strength.
Did you squash it?
Hardest, yeah, we did. I feel like we did.
Did you
I
know
feel like
that
we
she
left
was
in a
coming
good
in here
place.
with some
Well, it didn't surprise me.
some stuff to
It didn't
unpack?
surprise me because I felt like, we had a conversation off camera, obviously, and I apologize publicly. I apologize. Like I set her up in a hotel. Like I was like, we were good.
What
having.
what did she say you did wrong?
No, she. Oh, you're just gonna make me talk about this.
Give me the
I'm
give
so
me the
done.
short version.
Oh my
give me
God,
the
Crystal, can you
notes.
just say
Yeah.
it? I just cannot even talk about it anymore because it's out and now it's gonna be everywhere. And I'm like, it wasn't even that serious or that deep. It was just a situation where something was said at Bravo Fest to hurt her feelings, but she has been in that exact situation before. I actually have a whole new situation that just happened this morning that I'm kind of in the hot seat with again. So I did literally come in hot this morning, but you just explain because I just don't have the energy.
Yes. So at Bravo Fest, Cynthia was on with some of the girls from the show, and they had, like Andy always asks you these
Shady
like,
questions.
shady
Who's
questions.
the worst dressed housewife? Who's the ugliest
Mhm.
housewife? Who's the whatever?
Terrible,
Like,
terrible.
horrible
The
questions
ugliest
that you-
housewife? He
Yeah,
asked that?
I'm just exaggerating, but,
But not-
yeah.
But
far,
yeah,
not
I mean,
far,
it
not
could be
far. Yeah,
asked.
they're like, yeah, or like
Uncomfortable
who looks the
questions,
most
shady.
different without makeup? Like, yeah, like that's essentially
Yeah,
if you're
who
ugly
looks
or not.
awful without makeup?
Yeah.
Who likes
Who needs a
whatever?
new stylist?
Yeah, like all
Yeah,
that stuff.
all those things.
But they asked
Fun
the
shade.
panel who was the most annoying housewife, and it was actually Phaedra that came up with Chanel. But it's like, it's like collective answers, and you want to move
Yeah,
fast,
but we were
right?
a group.
Yeah, so
it
like,
was
okay, yeah.
me,
That's what
Phaedra, and
offended
Portia.
Chanel?
Yes, and
Her
Chanel
being
called
the
me.
most obnoxious?
Yeah,
No, the word
Most
was annoying.
annoying. So she
Okay.
called me upset.
But backstory.
Okay. She's
in
into it.
Phaedra's defense, at BravoCon, not Bravo Fest, okay, BravoCon, Chanel was asked the shady question of who is the worst dressed housewife, and she said Phaedra. So of course, Phaedra
Mhm.
is going to
Return
get her
the
lick
favor.
back at some point, and
course.
the opportunity presented
So
itself.
what is Chanel
So-
upset about?
because she whatever.
I
it's-
co-signed. I was like,
co-signed.
we had to come
okay,
with an
answer.
answer. They're like, oh, who
Yeah,
would
it's a
sleep
collective
with
answer.
Cynthia's ex-husbands, and Portia had the answers. Like, who's like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So she called me. It's very sad. It's like, I know she's your girl, but what's going on? I thought we were cool. I was like, dude, it's not that serious. I said,
mean-
I'm sure she didn't come up with your name. And then I'm always like, trying to be like everyone's friend. I'm like,
And
but
the
you know what?
point
Now
is,
they're
even
talking
if I
about
did-
it.
Why are
This
people
is
giving you smoke?
good.
Even
Like,
if I did come up with the name, the point is we're
The
all
name
in
of
a
what?
position to
What?
be asked shady
name?
questions, and we have to pick somebody.
no, just like if she annoying. I was like, oh, it's great. It means
Well, here's the thing.
they're
I've been
talking
called
about you,
I've
whatever.
been called annoying before.
Thank you.
She has a big personality. People who have big
Ew, she's
personalities
great TV.
sometimes can be
Yeah.
annoying.
I said, you're a big personality. And I
She
said,
doesn't bat
whatever.
1,000. She says some shit. Lots
Listen.
of times it lands.
Yes.
It's pretty funny.
That's right. It's not that big.
Might not be for
No,
everybody.
she doesn't bat 1,000.
So then it became a little bit of a
no
thing,
one
but
bats
they got
1,000.
no one does. Look,
well.
with
Well,
all the, with all the
ourselves.
with
my
all of
darling
the-
and I.
after all the years I've been on Housewives, with all the shit I've been called, I would graciously take annoying. Like, that is such low hanging fruit for me. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay,
Yeah.
good, we can move on. Like, I literally wouldn't even.
That's what
care.
she's all upset about. Why are you catching heat in the comments?
Oh, well,
During the squashing, and honestly, like I knew she was going to be like high energy when she came on, but and I brought it up. I mean, I'm like, hey, let's talk about it because I knew it was going to be talked about, and I kind of thought it was going to be like, well, this is what happened, but we love each other now. That's sort of how I deal with things. But it got slightly more heated because it was a little bit more like, well, that's not what happened, and so I was a little surprised, but Cynthia was very clear about actually what happened. And I don't know why you're going to heat. I'm actually shocked because, but I was there.
well, you were there. So do you feel like I came in too hot? Or do you
No.
feel like she came in too
Oh,
hot?
I was very clear with her. When she called me, she goes, Cynthia came in hot. I was like, whoa, you need to bring context.
This is humble brag. All we do is sit and talk shit about ourselves all day.
That's right. I mean,
we
we're the
literally
most-
are the safest place for anyone to come on our show.
She knows. And she admitted it. I go, no, you were a 10. She was a 2. And she,
Now, I did raise up to meet her where she
meet
was
her.
at.
Yeah, if
but,
someone's yelling at me, I'm
you
gonna
know,
go right back.
hell yeah.
but it was like all love. I think she's great TV. I think she's great. I have a lot of love for
Do
Chanel.
you think she's more great?
I really
TV
am
or
glad
great?
that we are hopefully on the other side of shut up, Nick. I'm glad we're on the other side, and I'm glad we squashed it. But it was all love. But for me, it's like the thing that I like about Humble Brag is we really don't really ever have a beef with anyone on here. We actually bring on people that we're usually good with. And I thought, you know what, this will be a fun. And I think in your defense, you thought, oh, like, yeah, squash that beef. This is gonna be so
Yeah,
much
that was
fun.
cute.
We're just gonna like really lovingly and kindly, kind and just be super sweet and squashing.
I haven't filmed in a year. I forget how intense Housewives can be.
Yeah.
Can I tell
You've
you?
been a little rusty. I was like, that thing, it started off like literally like nothing, and it escalated into a complete inferno. And Crystal sitting there was like, yeah, Crystal. Yeah,
No,
we gotta
hey,
squash this
like,
beef.
Go,
This is
Oh my
great.
God, this is what it's like filming
Go
this
check
show.
it. Go check it out now.
Have you seen
Dorit?
the drama
Yeah.
that your ex co-star's been in with her hairstylist?
Oh, yes, I have. In fact, I kind of got into it a little bit because
How? Are you? Where do you stand?
Well, I feel like people need to pay their bills. And so like that's what is that, like edgy?
No.
I think you should pay your bills.
No,
I
it's
mean,
more passive
inhale.
aggressive.
okay.
You're like,
I don't know. I'm like, pay your bills. And also like, you guys know I can be quite cheap. So it's like, I don't want to buy something whatever. I pay
Mhm.
people's services, like you pay
But
them.
sometimes the good people in the service industry, your stylist, your makeup artist, your hairdressers, every once in a while, they are a little dramatic. Sometimes
Yes. So I will say, I watched
a little
his whole
gossipy.
Yeah, I watched his whole 9-minute thing. And
So did we.
he did admit, though, that it was actually paid. There was a misunderstanding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I do feel like he actually told the whole story.
He did.
In truth.
He did. He definitely did
Can you
take
give
his
us?
time.
Can you give the people a good context?
Sure. So
Yeah.
Dorit, Tracy Tudor went on Jeff Lewis and kind of was like, she doesn't pay her bills. Based on my knowledge, there's several people that haven't been paid by her, including my stylist, who I think just tallied up with finally, and her makeup artist. So she's like throwing shade, saying she doesn't pay her bills, whatever. So then Dorit goes and watch What Happens Live. Andy asks her about it. Dorit squashes it. She's like, there's nothing to it. It's hysterical. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Like, wholeheartedly, there's a whole lot of shit that's said. I don't know. It came out of left field. So then her hairstylist goes and makes this 9-minute long video. Takes very long to get to the point of like, yeah, by the way, like it was paid for and it really wasn't that big of a
Oh
deal.
my god.
Yeah, so he did say that. So
He did.
I feel like it was, I think the part of the hotel bill was paid, but then she hadn't paid for his services yet. I mean, 4 months is a long time not to pay. She did end up what it sounded like squaring up, but I think it's also like Tracy probably just doesn't like. I love Tracy, by the way, so like we're really good friends. But I just think that there's just like history of rumors that Dorit doesn't pay certain bills. I remember my last reunion, she didn't pay her nurse who she did some kind of cosmetic surgery, a private nurse. So that came up at the reunion. I'm just saying that because that came up already. But then she like settled up after that. So maybe
does
she
not
just
pay her bill.
Maybe she's like a net
maybe
90
she
girl.
does she not pay the bill?
I was gonna
Or does
say.
she
Like a-
pay it late? Like that's
She's
two
a late
different
payer.
things.
A late
Because
A
it
late
sounds like these
payer.
people are getting paid, but maybe not in
Not
a
on their
timely.
timeline.
moving
Not
things
on
her
around.
timeline.
Which-
My
yeah.
biggest shocker was when her stylist like showed the receipts and he kind of went through all the various I guess jobs or
Yeah.
thing. But like she gets glam for everything.
It was like Lakers game doing go.
I
Go-
saw that. I was
Lakers
like,
game. It's like we
that's-
can't put it up in a bun
It's like
and,
the
and like
bodega
wear a chunky sweater.
2 blocks down.
Yeah,
If
but
your
that's why
photo's
her
gonna be
bill's so
taken,
high.
What?
If your photo's gonna be taken,
Stop
if you're
it.
My photo's
out
taken
in
all the
public-
time, and
Stop it.
I know, but like if you're
gives a
gonna be
fuck?
out and about, like honestly, and you think that your photo's gonna be taken, and you don't know how. Every housewife doesn't know how to do their own glam.
I'm very
number
upset.
one.
I feel like you spent so much time with me already. I thought I've taught you stuff.
To be cheap
What
about
do you-
glam.
What do you mean by your
no,
own
no,
glam?
no,
What are you
no, no,
doing?
no, I'm good at my own glam.
She's going to a Laker game. She doesn't
I know,
need
but I wouldn't go
glam.
to a Laker glam.
When I-
I wouldn't go
can I
to
question?
a Lakers game without makeup on.
Straight,
I wouldn't do it.
Straight.
I would put a little bit
straight,
on.
straight dumb male here. Is there a difference between doing your makeup and doing your glam?
No, it's the same thing. But glam doesn't. No, it is. Glam comes to you to do it for you. Doing your own makeup, you just do it yourself. And I
Sure,
do it
okay.
myself a lot. But I will say a lot of the
You think
housewives that
Dorit
I
doesn't
work
know
with,
you know how to
like
do
I
her own
did
makeup?
myself this morning.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah.
you look
Thank you.
stunning.
And
Yeah, she's really
so
good
I'm
at it.
good, but everyone is not good at doing their makeup, so they have to depend
Like
on
me.
glam. And if you can afford it, and if you want your glam to come and do you every time you walk out the
But
door,
can she afford
then
it?
let your glam do you every time you walk out the door. I'm not
Oh,
mad
sure,
at
if
it.
you're a
I'm not
b-
going to do it.
If you're
Like I'll do my own when I can.
billionaire.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
But even that, no one's getting glam on the boat. Like, I don't
Well,
know
not
why you
on a
spend that kind
boat.
of money. It's absurd.
Yeah, but you,
You
don't have
get-
paparazzi on a boat like you guys were like.
Girl, I go to a Dodger, a Laker game, a Rams game every week. I'm not getting glam for it. That's
But
insane.
you're not like a
Who
glam
spends that
girl,
kind of money?
though. Like you're not like that. Like you'll put a little bit on, but you're not. Makeup is not your thing. And actually, I don't think Dorit does. I don't think she wears a lot of makeup.
I just find that kind of a ridiculous expense. That's unnecessary. That's personal. So
If you are taking days, to,
Yeah.
If
here's the thing. Do I think his video was kind of long-winded to get there? Yes. However, I understand as like an individual like service provider, if you are being accused of essentially stealing someone's credit card, you're going to defend yourself as well. Right? Because she said he used it without, he wasn't allowed to use it, right? Authorization.
Yeah.
If
Wait, he
if
used
I
her
was
credit card?
that's what she said. He
Okay.
used my credit card without authorization. That is accusing someone of stealing money. I mean,
Basically, yeah.
that's a big accusation too.
On national television.
Yeah. So I actually appreciated it because he was honest. He's like, from what I'm taking it as honesty, is that he said it was actually paid. I didn't know, but she never paid me for the glam stuff, not the hotel stuff. So it was clearly misunderstanding on that part, but accusing someone of using your credit card also, and maybe that's her
Mm-hmm.
experience. I don't know, but
what is the last time you spoken with Dorit at the reunion?
yeah,
So you hate her.
I don't hate her.
Yeah,
I just
you hate her.
she's a coworker. Like these girls, like
so messy.
I don't get why she said no, I don't hate her.
Why are you such a gaslighter?
I mean,
Gaslighter. I was a
God.
question. She could be like, no.
Do you hate her
gaslighter.
guts?
He's a hater. He's a hater.
Oh,
no,
my
I don't hate
goodness.
her. I don't hate any of these people. Like I actually really respect all the girls who do housewives. Like it's such a tough job.
It
Like,
really is.
yeah.
You know, it's so hard. I have so much respect.
Mm.
They put a lot of effort. Her to put her in blast her kid's father on television for a year. It's like that's intense. Like you
Yeah.
got to really you're working for your paycheck for that one because you know your kids are going to watch that one day.
Mhm.
You know, I would not do that personally, but like
Yeah.
I
yeah.
also respect that you have to like pay your bills. I mean, I just think her bills are high. They're high bills. Like
They
I
are.
just would not.
Well-
For those kinds of things, it's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just going back to the glam stuff really quickly. For me, I think that because we have like people that get us together all the time. So when we have people in our circle, I feel like it really sucks if they're going to like blast you on social media if you're late paying a bill. Like I've definitely had glam where it's like, I get glammed up and I forget. I'm like, oh shit, I got to pay them. They'll like,
Sure.
text me. And then you just pay it. But like, I would hate to like be 2 days late and be like, oh,
That would
Cynthia
be
didn't
weird
pay
if
her
someone was
blank.
2 days late.
Yeah.
It sounded like this went on for a
It sounded like
Wow.
4 months. He said 4
months.
months.
Yeah.
That's a
4
long
months.
time.
Okay, well, that's a whole, that's a whole nother situation. I just wanted, like, because sometimes people just want to blast celebrities. Like, celebrities are like,
I keep DMing
They'll
Dorit to
come
come
for
on
you.
the show, and she keeps reading it, and she keeps not responding.
Shut up. Is that true? No.
Wait,
I
what?
thought, aren't you blocked? Oh, no, it's Jeff is blocked. You're
Jeff's
not
blocked? I'm
Yeah,
not blocked.
Jeff's blocked.
I'm not blocked.
And Nick
by
has
Dorit.
even been openly about like how much he's
I'm
like
like-
attracted to her.
Oh,
And she
wow.
still hasn't responded.
That would bring me in.
Right.
If someone said they were attracted,
I'm
I'd be
like,
like,
listen,
okay,
I
thanks,
promise you
over.
I promise you a good time.
It is a good time
on
here.
the podcast.
Don't
It's a good time here. It's a good
Like
time.
a safe good time.
Yeah.
It's a safe
I
space.
love
with
that.
It's a
us.
safe space. I
It's a
promise
safe
her a
space.
safe space.
That's
She keeps
funny.
reading it.
But I
and
don't
not- and
think
not
it's
responding.
her.
You don't think she's checking her
Oh.
DMs?
No.
Hmm.
Because,
I don't
and
think
I
she's
say
on
that
social
not
media
as
like that.
that's not like hidden news. I think
I
she's one of
respect
those
that.
girls who are like, don't read it. It's
Good
like,
for her.
it's like,
Yeah.
some people just don't read that stuff. So I don't know if that's her, to be
Mm.
honest.
Where do you talk? Who are you talking to these days of the cast?
Talked to Garcelle yesterday.
Sutton.
Yeah, I saw Sutton a couple weeks ago.
How's she doing?
I don't know. I think she's, I talked to Cynthia.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm on a boat. I had like all my
She's on a
friends.
private yacht.
Yeah. Like
Mm.
like I said, like they're all like I would be totally fine in a room with any of them. It's like coworkers and and some lean slightly more towards friends. But I also have my
Oh, I talked
You're just
about you.
what?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I talked about you with your Alex Baskin.
Oh, Alex.
Alex.
Oh yeah.
I did a
Oh,
show
he
with
texted me.
him. Yeah, he's great. We talked about you. I was like, well, Crystal is fired up and
And I'm having dinner with him this week.
oh, good.
Has Alex been on the show?
He's not. No.
Oh.
He was great. He has a lot of shows that he's working on right now too. so-
Alex is the king of Bravo.
Yeah. No, I realized that.
He is
It
Well-
was cool. That was my first time meeting him.
Real Housewives of Atlanta is back.
It is
Better than ever.
It is.
Whoa, it's
I
good.
mean,
I'm fairly new to it. I've seen episodes here and there, but I'm just starting to get into it.
Okay. So
I'm-
are you caught up with season 16?
I'm caught up, but I'm not like quite following yet.
But you don't know a
'cause I'm
lot of
still
backstory.
kind of getting
Yeah.
to know
yeah,
people.
you need the history.
he
Learning
needs
the
the
history.
ex-husbands. He needs like the
Yeah.
the family tree.
Absolutely
like
obsessed
the-
that Charles Oakley
I know that's
is part
kind
of
of
the
cool,
cast.
right?
Did not know that.
Yeah,
Huge,
yeah.
huge basketball fan of the '90s.
Oh,
He
yes.
dominated, so thought that was pretty cool. I was
Yeah.
like, "Who is this silver fox coming into the scene?" And then
Charles Oakley.
and it's Charles Oakley.
Yeah.
I love
That was-
basketball brings you
thought that
into
was pretty
life.
cool.
Yeah.
I was very excited
Good
about that.
Yeah,
What
he's
can we
great on the
expect this
show.
season?
I think you guys can expect for it to be a very unpredictable season. There's a lot of ups and downs. Things just kind of go crazy. But I think it's a new season. I think it's very fresh. I think the energy is very different. I think I think it's the right balance of new blood and old blood.
Mhm.
And I think you guys are definitely in for a treat.
Who are you closest with?
Well, I am pretty much in a good place with all of the ladies.
Okay.
I did have a little
I was
moment
gonna
with Drew. I spoke to Drew this morning. She was a
Uh-oh.
little tipped about something I said in one of my confessionals.
What'd you say?
So, oh Lord, why do I have to keep
Well, I was
going?
gonna
Like I'm
ask.
already
Clear
having
the
a
air.
I was
hard
gonna
day.
ask,
Clear the air, Cynthia.
where are you on the Dennis of it all? are you on
Okay,
Portia's
so
or Drew's
okay.
side?
I am on Portia's side with that situation because I 100%, 1000% would never work with any of these ladies,
Texas.
fathers of their children,
Mm-hmm.
exes, boos. Like if they have any affiliation with these ladies, for the most part, in a serious way, if I've had a child with you or if I've been married to you, there's no way that I would want any of these ladies to be on my show shooting scenes with them for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that's kind of crossing the line. And if they want to work outside of the show, which I wouldn't even do that personally, is one thing. But coming on the platform
Mhm.
as well is kind of like, okay, now you're just
Yeah.
now it's just weird.
Yeah.
I fully
and
agree.
not cool.
That's you can't.
I agree,
That's
too.
rough.
Yeah.
You don't
And
do that.
especially Drew calling him her angel from heaven, her Lord.
Yeah.
It was a little
A little triggering. Yeah.
Was Drew mad about the fib or 2 or
Yes,
3 or 4?
3 or
7
4
or
or 5. I know. She was like, really? So I woke up to that. And then the whole humble brag interview is out. So I usually I choose peace. I don't really want smoke. And Miss Bailey has been getting a lot of smoke this morning. I was like,
at least it's all together. Just like get through
So
the
I don't wanna get some
Here's where you clear the air.
So now I have to
Yeah.
check my phone because Drew's gonna definitely give me some smoke today on Instagram. And I don't really play on Instagram. I usually just do my stuff by
Oh.
confessionals, get in and get out. So I'm
Even
expecting
though-
a little smoke bomb from Drew today because I
You
said
think
that.
even though she like texted you personally,
She's
you
still
think
gonna
we
she's
get-
gonna
talked.
make
She
it?
texted and I just called her. And
But that's
so
the
here's
question.
thing.
Then she'll still
Here's
go
the thing.
online.
I didn't finish watching all the show yet. But what I said was, I was like, Drew has never lied to me. However, and I don't know if they took that part out, whatever, which is a big part to keep in for the rest of the,
Yeah.
the conversation. So I'm going to watch it again. But at this point, I'm like, girl, just light me up. You know what? It's like, come for Cynthia Day. Let's go. Hopefully she's not going to light me up too bad. Because if she does, then I got to come back and light her up again.
You're gonna have to
And
cut
I
it.
choose peace.
You
I
have to-
don't want to.
Maybe we
I
should
don't
have her on
want
the
any Drew
pod.
smoke.
You really think after squashing it privately, she's gonna take it publicly to Instagram and like,
Oh, absolutely. This is
Really?
Atlanta, babe.
Oh.
This is Atlanta Housewives for sure.
okay.
She's not going to let it go.
So why even bother reaching out?
Well, I actually appreciate, if there's a bomb coming my way, I actually like to be told. I don't want to just be minding
That's
my
an interesting
business.
point of view.
Can
and
I
all
tell
of a sudden,
you?
I'm like, wait a minute.
I
Why am I
didn't have
blowing
that.
up?
I agree. I would
I
rather
wanna know.
have that direct because I would just see it online and and
Absolutely.
then no one says anything, so it's constantly like passive aggressive and fear based
That's
everything.
true.
Where this is like direct, like yo, I didn't like that, and it's like, but
She's
also,
like, I got to give you a little smoke, Miss
but
Bailey.
also-
I was like, all right, just bring it on.
but the smoke is
Not
to
too much,
like
hopefully,
promote the
but
show,
bring it on.
and it's all part of the game, right?
yeah,
So,
I gave her a sparkler. I threw a little sparkler on the fire. Hopefully, I'm not going to get a bomb back.
I don't know what she's gonna say, but I think the best response would be, "I honestly don't care."
That is not the best response.
Oh my god, it absolutely is the best
I
response.
mean, you can feel that way, but I mean, I think my response is just going to be, the go-to, look,
sorry.
fun shade, sorry, I didn't put any extra hot sauce on it. I
what if
just
you just say,
basically,
"Oopsie"?
yeah, oops,
My bad.
sorry, my bad.
Cynthia.
I mean, I love Drew.
It looks like they cut out the first part of that. So it's you saying it wouldn't be the first time
Oh,
she's been part of it
Of
or two.
course, they cut off the first part, which
What was
would
the
have
first
made
part?
it all
What was the
better for
first
She's
me.
part? that
never
she's
lied
never
to
lied.
me.
And I said it 100 times. I'm telling you,
Of
I
course
said in
you
that
did.
confession, I said, but she's never lied to me. Drew has never lied to me. And I was like,
And then
okay.
what's the part that made the cut?
Well, it's like, well, but she has been caught with the other
She's not gonna be
ladies
a liar.
and a fib. And I didn't want to
Is
say
that true?
I didn't even want to say the word lie. It
But-
I
but-
didn't even say lie. I said
but the
fib.
part that made
I
it-
thought it was softer.
The part that made the cut still true, correct?
Oh, according to the other ladies. Absolutely.
Okay, so then what's the
Yeah.
problem?
Well, the problem is I chimed in on it, and I guess I should have just said in my confessional and just not said anything. But I was like, I thought I was helping her in a way. I was like, she's never lied to me, but she has apparently been caught in with some other
Look,
ladies.
it is what it is. That's what the show is.
Yeah.
It's silly.
And what's the big? Because I know this was happening in the off season, but the revenge porn.
Oh God!
situation.
Okay, I
Oh.
can't even go there with
You're
you
not-
right
are
now.
you not even
Child, we're
allowed?
not even. That's so far down the line. We have to come back for that.
It's still
I can
part
only
of the
take the
season.
Will
so.
that be part of the season?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, wait.
Oh.
Will it be a part? It's
what-
going to be addressed. That's
Oh,
like
it is.
the
Okay,
whole
that's-
thing.
yeah.
Now, I don't know what they're going to show. I don't know how much you guys will see.
Do you have a side?
I do have a side on that as well. I would never do that to anyone. I did not feel like it was a good look for anyone involved, especially Kenya, who, is my friend, who I've known forever and had a great relationship with. I just didn't think that it looked good for her to do that, basically. And I just couldn't support it. So I'll leave it right there.
That was a gentle way of saying.
That
it.
Is there
was good.
anything
fucked up.
else is there any more smoke that I can get
You're
on
horrible.
here today?
What?
else happened? You are.
That was
you
a
are
gentle
awful.
way.
I'm sorry. Is
What
this not a Bravo podcast where we talk about tea and rumors?
Oh
and
my God.
You're just like
He stirs the pot.
I mean,
We got to bring you on humble brag. We try to
Sure.
sugarcoat stuff and be
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
there is no
nice about
sugar.
stuff. You
Oh,
just come
this room
in.
is
She threw
tough.
out revenge
Yeah.
porn all over a party.
yeah, I don't know.
Are we supposed to be gentle with that? I mean, it's your friend.
That
I mean, I'm just saying it.
No, she said it was
well,
not good.
It's not. I don't even want to call it revenge porn. That was said, but I don't think that's what it was. I don't feel like that's what it was. It was something that was just over the top and hugely inappropriate.
I got you.
And something that I don't think should have happened, and something that I don't support, and something I certainly would not have done. But
Yep.
I don't want to say it was revenge porn. So
Okay.
I don't need any extra smoke, please.
I'm
I don't need no Kenya smoke right now.
no Kenya smoke.
No, I got enough people on my ass today.
Do you ever bring the smoke, or are you smoke free?
I try to be smoke free,
Okay.
but it does not obviously work out for me that well. I get pulled into the smoke. And for some reason, when like these girls, especially Atlanta, like they come in with Uzis. You know what I'm saying? They will like light you up. And then I throw a tiny little bomb in, and it's like all eyes on me, like, well, what did Cynthia say? I'm like, wait a minute. Everybody's like dead already. I literally threw a bomb on a dead body already. You guys killed everybody. But for some reason, when I chime in, it just ends up being like, well, wait a minute.
Because it's unexpected.
Forget what everybody else is saying.
Well, you're the most
What are you
probably
saying?
thoughtful and delicate, and so when you do say
Yeah.
something, it feels like less reactive and more like thought through.
I don't know. I don't know if that's right. But I will just say that the ladies, and just in general, I'm just not like, hey, I'm going to just come for everybody. And I'm like lighting everybody up. That's not my personality on the show. That is not what I enjoy. I do not thrive in that space
Who do you
at
think
all.
has that personality?
And I really don't even like to ever say anything negative about my castmates, to be honest. I mean, now, if they're coming for me, if they're just coming for me, guns blazing, then I have to defend myself always. But I don't have fun, like, talking shit about my castmates, to be honest.
You're worried about Drew today?
Mm-hmm.
What if I come to your defense?
I will be
in the
checking my
comments?
Instagram.
What if I go to war with Drew?
When I get off the phone. When I get done with this interview, I will be checking Instagram.
But I think it was fair,
She's
right?
gonna be nice, hopefully.
Drew texted you, was like, it was fair, right? You felt it was fair?
She basically was like, oh, okay.
But
Saw
what'd
your
you-
confessional.
Oh.
I was like, oh shit.
But when you said,
I was hoping
Never
she
mind.
didn't see it, but of course she saw it.
What?
I know. I was like, maybe she got up to use the bathroom during my part. Like, I don't know. Like, I was hoping, like, Lord, please.
She was
let
on her
missed it.
phone scrolling.
Yeah.
She's mindless. She didn't see it.
And then I almost thought about calling her, saying, "Hey," I said, I gave you a little smoke in the confessional, but I was like, you know what? I haven't heard anything. Everything's really quiet. Maybe somehow, like, she didn't even see the
It's not
episode.
that big of a deal. Yeah.
Of course, she saw the episode. She was like, "Good morning." I was like, "Oh God."
Good morning.
Good
Like,
morning,
I was kinda
Cynthia.
expecting-
So I was just like
I
drinking
saw
my
the
coffee this
episode, and I saw your
morning, and I saw this
confessional.
weirdest thing.
So
and you-
if there's a little smoke bomb that comes your way,
But isn't it funny because you do it so long ago, so you kind of forget the
I
things that you
honestly
say?
forgot, and I really
Yeah.
felt like they would have just done me that solid and kept my little like disclaimer in that
No one's
that
giving
she's
you a
never.
solid. What are you
I
talking
know.
about?
What show do I
Give me
think
a
I'm
break.
on? I know it's crazy.
But it made it funny.
Yeah.
But I watched it this morning. I was like,
I think
Cynthia's gonna.
no. I think people love to see me squirm. It's just such an uncomfortable place for me.
What do you guys think? Last topic before we let you ladies go. But what do you guys think about housewives fake quitting or walking off or suggesting they're quitting? Are there of you familiar with the
Are you
internal
talking about
drama?
Tamara?
No, well, no,
Oh.
that's a little different because obviously Teddy, with what Teddy's going through, our hearts go out to her.
Oh, okay.
Talking
Of
about Salt Lake
course.
City,
Oh,
Lisa Barlow.
Lisa Barlow is
took it out of her Instagram bio. It was like before.
oh, and then she was filming again or something.
Or-
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like
then-
first it was like they were all filming without Lisa and Meredith. And it was like, oh, are they not on this season? Then she removes Salt Lake City from her Instagram bio. And then we see her and Meredith filming. So
Wasn't it about money? It was a
I-
contract negotiation.
we don't know.
couldn't know, but
But it's all
I guess
based on
my
what I see
question
online.
to you is like, how
No.
performative do you feel like these walkouts or these cryptic posts of like, oh, I'm finally done here? Like, how, do you think it's real? I mean, or do you think it's performative? I feel like
I think it's a mix.
I feel like with Tamra, I mean, obviously, given what's going on
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Teddy's fighting for her life. Our
Yes.
hearts go out to her. I couldn't imagine being in Tamra's shoes. I know
Yeah.
Tamra's
Yeah.
obviously been very,
I texted with
agree.
various
Tamara.
seasons been messy, but like when your co-host is literally fighting for her life and
Yeah.
you're
Mhm.
filming Housewives, and it seems
100%.
like
Yeah.
it just kind of it feels also unnecessary and unserious.
No, I mean, the reason I brought her up was because I thought I couldn't believe people were giving her shit about it because
Yeah.
I didn't want people to do that because she's struggling so much.
Yeah.
So I texted her. I
Mhm.
said, look, like, you got to just do whatever's right for you each day. It's like, it's
Mhm.
all too much. It's so intense right now. And, Teddy and I have so many mutual friends. It's
Yeah.
really, really an intense situation. But in terms of Salt Lake, I don't know. I mean, I guess a good housewife is erratic and emotional and, spontaneous. Maybe that's how they feel. It's like the opposite of my personality. I would wait until every single, contract is signed until I make any moves like that. But it certainly created buzz, right? And maybe it helped her get her contract signed, if that was it. I have no idea.
Have you ever had to search for a quote to post it?
A quote?
Like what was the quote
Meredith?
that Meredith put up, Justin?
Well, so basically, Whitney posted on her Instagram story saying, "When you know, don't second guess it. You were right in the first place and you knew all along, so act off your instinct." Then Meredith reposted,
That's in response to Lisa fake quitting.
maybe.
Who posted that?
Whitney. So
Oh,
Whitney was
Whitney.
basically like, don't second guess yourself. Like keep on walking.
Yeah, okay.
Keep on leaving.
And
But
then
then Meredith posted in red font on her story saying,
And red font.
Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Walk beside me, just be my friend, Albert."
Now I feel like that's actually shade towards Lisa.
We don't know.
If I'm reading between the lines, and with Meredith,
I
I feel
love
like
that
you
we have
do.
to figure this all out, and
I
they just
know.
don't say what they're
it's
trying
so
to
dramatic.
Is
and-
that
and
like what Atlanta just say what they need to say and not like be so?
I don't
Yeah.
think they would ever do that.
Do they have to quote
say. No,
Robert Frost?
Atlanta don't do quotes. We don't. They just come
They
in.
don't do
They just
Pinterest.
come in.
They
hot.
create
They're
quotes.
like they just say what
Yeah.
they have to say. But going back to the quitting thing, for me, if I walked away from the show or quit the show, I don't know if I had any doubt about like if I wanted to go back. I don't think I would post about it. I just think I would just do it, and if they hear about it, it is what it is. So I don't know. I think there's something about doing it and then posting that seems a little performative.
Yeah,
in
so
a
maybe
way,
it's performative,
you
and
know?
now it's the
That-
topic of what
That
filming.
quote
Yeah.
almost from Meredith is like, I feel like it seems to be directed at Lisa because it's kind of like, don't walk in front of me. Like I'm not a follower. I'm not gonna go behind you or in front of you. But let's do this together. And Lisa's been her friend, and now it's like, is Lisa like not
But
negotiating?
by the way,
in
if that's
good
what they're
faith?
setting up for the drama, it's like it's like easy drama
Yeah.
that they can now film. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what it was for. You know, it doesn't seem like a big deal.
That gives,
I
but
have
that's
no
giving
idea.
Jump the Shark. You know, I don't need you to fake quit to give me.
Well, I wouldn't fake
Drama.
quit just because I wouldn't want my bosses to see me fake quit. I think that's a problem. Like, I don't know. That's to me.
Then you got to like fake go back.
Yeah, that's
Fake
embarrassing.
quit.
I
Is
don't
storming
fake
like
off.
you got to fake quit, and then you got to go back, and then like
Is
it's just
storming
like-
off ever staged?
Yeah,
Oh.
Really?
storming off like a reunion.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
And by stage,
Oh,
is
God,
that coming from
you know you
the
have
women?
to come back.
Staged?
You don't
But,
have
like-
to come back.
But there's no
Like, whatever you
producers
want.
being like, you should if you feel so compelled to walk off.
Oh
you-
no.
That's
no.
never. It's never.
Not
It's like
for-
a personal
Like, I don't-
plan of
I
like
think
I'm
that's a
gonna walk
personal
off.
plan. No, I don't
Yeah.
think producers want you to walk off. I mean, I think if they do, they're happy because it creates a little more, like it's like a commercial break,
Yeah.
But no, I don't. I mean, but no producer would ever say that to me because they know I wouldn't walk off. That's not my personality. But I think it's performative.
Yeah, I would never want to walk off, but if I was
'Cause you have
in
to
a
come back.
situation where I needed a minute, then I would like the option to walk off if I wanted to, but it's just never happened.
Yeah.
Crystal,
And then it's like,
Yeah.
is it even worth it?
I was gonna say, have you seen that allegedly Kyle walks off at the reunion twice? Have you heard that?
Oh, she has.
That's what you
Okay.
hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah,
Okay.
I think she's walked off before,
Probably, yeah.
but she
Listen,
comes back.
She's bad circulation.
That's the
She
thing,
needs to
yeah.
move her
So
legs.
it's like you
I
walk
swear
off,
to God, if
but you
next
just-
season we're still talking about her and Mo's separation, I'm gonna lose it
Well,
I think maybe.
for the rest of our
Yeah,
lives.
yeah.
We will.
because they'll never. Are they not getting divorced because of money?
Oh God, I don't know. That I don't know. But
What do you suspect?
divorce money. I mean, a lot of people don't get divorced. It's constant conversation in my world. People don't get divorced because it's so expensive too. So even if they don't, I don't know if it's like. I mean, that's just marriage is a business, guys. It's not. I mean, you can love someone and not be married. You can love someone and be married, but marriage is a business at the end of the day, and they've built a massive business together. So if they don't get divorced, I don't think it's.
But just say that then. Be like, hey, we're together for the money.
Well, I don't think anyone wants it. Well, yeah. I guess you could say that. Like, we don't want to get divorced because it's too expensive, and we're happy in our situation. I guess you could do that. But then, how would you have a whole season of drama?
Yeah, she has
You
to
can't
be
just
like
say
upset
that.
about the girls in the airport.
Now it's not dramatic.
and
Now,
the-
now it's just like, oh, we're pretending to do this again.
Well, I guess maybe we have to wait till if they do that next season. I don't know. I mean, I can't say that I'm really watching it, so I don't know. But
I feel bad
I'm
when
not
I watch the
interested
scenes
in
together.
someone's divorce. I find that like
It is sad to watch their
Yeah.
scenes
Yeah, I don't wanna
together.
watch
I feel
anyone
really
divorced.
bad when
I
I
know.
watch the scenes. I don't know why. Like I just like root for them like somehow, but I get it if it's done. You know what I mean? I mean, I've been divorced twice, so I get it if it's over. But I don't know.
Yeah, I just think
I just don't
I
like
put myself
to
in
see
her
them
their
together
kids, but I
anymore if
hate
they're not
that.
going to be
I
together.
don't want to watch it.
Yeah,
Oh,
if they're not going to
balls.
be together, I just don't want to see them together on TV because it's just it
Yeah,
makes me want. It gives me hope.
It
Like, oh, okay,
does.
look at them having
No,
coffee
because they
together.
still have chemistry on screen together, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, but
yeah.
it's like still.
But the fact
No.
that they're filming together, maybe there is something. Who knows?
Hmm.
Or they're just used to their lives being so played out. I
Yeah.
don't know. On TV, I don't know. But
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be forever.
Well, it's
That's
always
my
great
gut.
catching up with you too. Excited to hear what's going on, and I'm gonna check out that humble brag episode. And
You should.
You're so messy, Nick. You love the mess. Like
He loves the mess.
this
I'm
was
shocked you're getting heat for it. I
We've
really,
never-
really am.
like this is what
I'll
this
defend
is
you in
like
the
our
comments.
fourth guest. Like it was like our
Yeah.
fourth or fifth guest. This was.
We love it.
I know. Yeah, it's
He was
heating
excited
up, I
about it.
guess. But, okay. It's a good show.
We're very excited for the season of Atlanta
Thank you.
and rooting for you and all the success.
Please do.
And
Keep me in prayer.
Oh, well, we absolutely will.
So
and
you're
we
gonna
hope
be
Crystal
fine.
gets back
you
on her yacht.
are a queen. You look
Yes.
great. Everything about you is great.
No one ever worries about
I'm just
you. girl.
having a day. Today's not my
You
day.
are. We're going to cuddle you later. And you know I don't like to touch anybody. So that's a big
I know.
deal.
Oh my God, Crystal's gonna touch me. Oh, you know I'm having a fucked up day if Crystal's gonna actually touch me.
Well, check out Humble Brag, everyone, if you haven't already. It's the doozy of an episode. They're all incredible episodes, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes.
So check it out.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Well, excited to watch more Atlanta Housewives. According to Cynthia, they're less passive aggressive.
I'm
More-
here for it.
This is also the perfect time for you to be watching Nick because it's kind of like their revamp season where they brought back a lot of the old cast and then also brought in new people.
I feel like Phaedra's like not really been like
she comes in later.
okay.
She's
So-
still on Married to Medicine.
From like an audience standpoint, what happened when they were filming was like the whole Kenya situation. She leaves, they bring Phaedra in, but Phaedra was filming Married to Medicine. So it's like there's a transition period that's going to happen.
Okay.
And then I don't know if we want to talk about it, but Carolyn commented on her cut down that we posted,
Oh yeah.
saying that she now doesn't like Tom Sandoval anymore.
Huh?
Okay, wait. So on the cut down that we made of Carolyn talking about Tom Sandoval and how she feels like she's the female version of him, she commented yesterday saying, "I take everything I said about Tom back. He sucks and he's not forgiven despite what the online version US Weekly cover says," with a dancing emoji.
But what did he do?
That's all she said.
Does she want to come on here and elaborate?
We might need to reach out and see what could have possibly happened over the weekend that she felt so inclined to comment that.
Oh my God.
I know.
Tea. All right, up next, Dasha talking about her hit music, her lipstick controversy, and a little White Lotus love.
It's getting harder and harder to leave the house. And I'm loving all of these brands who are putting things on auto ship. They're sending things right to your door. And one of them is Chewy. Chewy has over 100,000 products from all your favorite pet brands at prices you'll love. They have everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. They have food, treats, beds, you name it, they have it. Not just for dogs, cats, but also for birds, fish, reptiles, and more. They offer pet prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth vet visits, and even rolling out vet clinics across the country. It ships directly to your door in 1 to 2 days. And Chewy's auto ship feature is reoccurring shipments of essentials so you never run out. You can change or cancel your auto ship at any time. It is super convenient and one less thing to worry about. They have top tier 24/7 customer service. If your pet doesn't love something, Chewy's 100% satisfaction guarantee lets you return it within a year. No questions asked. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewy.com/VIALL. That's chewy.com/VIALL to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Chewy.com/VIALL. Minimum purchase required. New customer only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
Are you looking to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and they're ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes so you can feel upright and feel great no matter what life throws at you.
Factor meals are so delicious and it's so nice not having to fight or figure out what you're going to have for lunch. You just grab and go. You just pop it in the microwave and it's ready to go.
Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. Lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Factor's keto meals based on a randomized controlled clinical trial with Factor Keto. Results may vary depending on diet and exercise. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick up meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto.
Factor can help you feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfast, grab-and-go snacks, and more add-ons. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off free shipping on your first box.
Dasha, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
How
Thanks
are
for
you?
having me. I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
Only pretty good.
I'm so good. So
Great to
good. St. Patrick's Day, so I'm feeling
It is
pretty
St. Patrick's
thrilled.
Day. She's wearing green. I'm
Yeah.
wearing green. Natalie.
You're not wearing green.
Well,
this is super awkward.
Nick, because I asked Nick, should I wear green? And he said, well, this comes out tomorrow, so it won't be St. Patrick's Day.
Well, that doesn't matter.
So he was preying on my downfall.
Yeah.
I did. I
Literally.
got this shirt yesterday. I wasn't planning on wearing it. Then I put on a darker shirt. It was like a forest. It was like a mossy green.
Okay.
So it wasn't like.
But that's not as fun.
Mm-mm.
No. And then we got some butter on it this morning.
Oh,
no.
you're a butter guy. I always get toothpaste on my shirts.
I was having eggs, and then I was giving my daughter some of my eggs.
Mm.
Then there was a piece of butter on the plate that kind of looked like eggs.
Mm.
Picked that up, gave it to my daughter. I was like,
Oh.
"Oop, can't do that."
My bad.
And then
Spit it out.
she
Spit it out, girl.
then she spit it out, and then spit it on my shirt.
Oh, no.
Got some butter on the shirt, and then I'm like, "Well, it is St. Patrick's Day."
Okay. So you changed.
So I changed, and here we are.
So God's on the side. That's
Yes.
great. Love that.
God.
Love that.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from San Luis Obispo, California. So up the coast
Okay.
about 3 hours.
It says here
Yeah.
where Dylan Efron lived.
Yes.
It's the place that you guys did not know what he was saying.
Because
a
it
lot
does
of
Oh, yeah.
sound.
Did you know Dylan Efron growing up?
I know
He went to
Zac
school.
Efron. We went to
Dylan went to school.
It was
in
I don't know.
Toronto.
Yeah, he
His
does.
brother?
Dylan does have a
Yeah.
brother
Oh,
named
my
Zach.
bad. Hi, Dylan.
I know.
No, he went to my what's it called? Opposing high
Rival?
school. Rival. There we go. Rival high school. He went to
Uh,
AG and I went to SLO. So
Okay.
There you go.
Yes, I
Like
do
a real
feel like
high school musical.
no, literally, like we hate AG and they hate
Oh,
SLO.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah,
I do feel like the name of your town is a bunch of just letters jumbled together.
yeah. Everyone's like San Francisco Disco.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's how
sure.
I feel too.
Perfect.
That's how I feel too.
Badusu Badusu.
San Francisco.
Are you currently? Do you live in Nashville now?
I
Did you
do live
move?
in Nashville.
You do?
Yes,
Moved
I
to
just bought a place there in
Nashville.
August. My first big girl purchase. Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Oh my god,
It's very exciting. Live alone for the first time. That's fun.
How is it?
Love. Oh
You
my
do?
god. I don't see myself ever living with someone
I
except when I
know.
find someone. But
Well, yes,
I'm
of
good.
course.
I'm
Yes,
good.
of course. I remember the transition from roommate to no roommate, and it is
Yeah.
very much like, oh
Yeah.
wow.
I got scared a little bit because I'm like, it's such like a big mature move, you
Mhm.
know, as like a young woman, like
Yeah.
living on your own for the first time. But it was necessary. Like I feel good about it.
It's so nice. It's like your mess is your mess.
Exactly.
It's like
You can't
it's
get
like
mad at anyone.
That butter on the
It's
floor is
wet-
my butter. Like
Exactly. You'll pick
You
it
don't
up
have to
whenever
like,
you
yeah,
want.
on your way home, you're like,
Yeah.
I hope Chad's not watching some show. You
or
know,
has friends
Exactly.
over on the couch.
the best thing is
Ew,
like
yeah.
I like do like my self tanning, you know,
Uh-huh.
and you can walk around butt naked,
Yep.
just like letting it dry. Like that's something I found
Exactly.
that I really like about living alone.
Hell
It's the little
yeah.
things.
It is the
Hell
little
yeah.
when you had a roommate, did you label your food, or did you?
No, I'm like a sharer. I don't really care.
Okay.
Plus, like I'm the type of girl that'd be like, they won't mind if I have a scoop of this, or like I can use their sauce.
If you're gonna have a roommate, you have to. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you need some flex. If you're not meant to ever have a roommate if you label your food.
no. And it like makes me so anxious when I open like a friend's fridge and it's all labeled. I'm like, no.
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 Can I have this?
No, yeah,
No?
can I?
No, what
No?
about this one?
It's like you weren't sure that these were eggs. I don't
Yeah.
know. You needed to tell yourself.
Do you guys label your food in your household?
No.
No.
I definitely want to be that person.
Yeah.
I do. I want to be that organized, but I don't know if I have it in me. I
No.
know that he absolutely will not keep it up. So
No.
it's like, do I want to every
No.
single day?
Also,
Wait,
like, why?
now you want to label your food?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I would love to be that person, but I feel like you won't allow me.
Why would you want to label your food?
Not necessarily label it, but it's like everything's in like a plastic container.
Certified.
It's like, and yeah, honestly,
Good job,
thanks.
Dasha.
My bad.
Certified fresh?
My bad.
Do you eat leftovers?
Hell yeah. What you
Oh.
mean? You don't like leftovers?
Not unless it's pasta.
Even if you cooked it?
That's such a first world problem. That's crazy.
Oh my god, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm an absolute food snob.
I think I'll eat leftovers like when they're shouldn't be ate.
Same.
Like something how I was raised. My dad is, I don't know, he's kind of like a hippie, and
Nothing goes bad.
he's like, no, it's fine. Like a sniff check,
Oh,
even like things that are
no.
expired. He's like,
Speaking
you're
of
probably
roommates,
fine.
I once had a roommate eat 6-week-old spaghetti.
Jesus.
That's just wrong. No.
Nah.
Wait, what type of
Okay,
sauce was
far.
it though?
A meat sauce.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's some stanky meat.
That is.
Hell no.
He was a heavy drinker and didn't
They needed a
notice.
snack, you know?
So what's new with you? What's going on with your life?
Well, I'm on tour with Kane Brown right now, which is pretty
So
cool. Yeah, I'm
fun.
getting like a lot of reps in like arenas, which is sick. I love it. It's so
Yeah.
fun. It's so fun having like a big catwalk because I'm very much like
oh, yeah.
over the top performer and I love strutting my stuff out there. And so it's been great. And then I'm working on my album, getting ready for Stagecoach, which I'm so excited about.
Are you performing?
Yeah, main stage on Saturday.
Crazy.
I'm
Oh, wow.
stoked.
That's
Yeah, I'm very
great.
excited.
Congrats.
We are planning on. Are we still planning on
gonna
going?
go?
We're
I think
planning. It is the weekend of our anniversary of our wedding,
Cute.
so we're like,
Is our
do
anniversary on our
we-
Sunday
It is on the Sunday, yeah.
of Stagecoach?
Of Stagecoach. So we're trying to.
Come on Saturday. That's
I
perfect.
Know, I know. We usually only do Friday and Saturday because Sunday's like we got to get back to the
Sundays,
real world.
everyone's
Monday,
so
you know?
hungover. It's
yeah.
not even like a day. Yeah.
But that is so exciting. How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's the first time I've had the means and the production and like the budget to like do something like over the top for a performance. I've done like TV performances and
Mhm.
stuff that's kind of like in kind of a box, like in on their terms, but genuinely it's like whatever I want to do, I can do. And I grew up doing musical theater, so I'm like total theater kid.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to do like I don't want to give too much away, but like kind of like a Western like shootout at the beginning to like open the stage up.
Cool, yeah.
And I'm gonna have like dancers up there. I'm gonna have maybe some like lasso people up there. I don't know. I'm still kind of shooting things into the dark, but
I mean, we watched, and I mean, it was Coachella, but Lana Del Rey, she's playing Stagecoach this year, and she came in on like the backs of motorcycles and like had a whole I mean, it was iconic.
because like when you think about it on like a business perspective, like the more crazy you get, the more press you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So how crazy can I get?
How
I was even
crazy
thinking like,
can
can I come in on horseback?
How crazy are you willing to be?
I'm down for whatever.
Oh my
You
God.
know, but also like
Wow.
I have to understand it's like 3:30 p.m. on a Saturday. Like I'm not headlining it, so like let's calm down a little bit.
Right. But
It's Saturday. Day drink.
It is Saturday.
know?
Everyone, it's gonna be good.
Do you ever get nervous performing live?
Oh God, yeah. I think it's good that I get nervous though because it means like I care, and I think it's gonna stress me out more the day that I'm like so zen before going on stage because it means like I've lost like the spark.
Sure. Do you
know?
feel more at home, like in studio, just like hitting those notes, or do you like
Hitting
being,
those notes, saying those
Or do you
things.
in that studio.
or do you like being live,
Freestyle a
live,
bit.
just kind of like
Dancing
is it more
around, yeah.
dancing, performing, connecting with the audience?
I think
like,
because I fell in love with music through like performing through musical theater, it's definitely performing, but also I started songwriting when I was 8 years old. And so like me with a guitar just tapped in is so cool too. It's just different. I don't know, but I feel more like myself when I'm on stage. It's like the most badass version of myself.
Totally.
Which is so fun. And
Did you know when Austin came out that it was going to blow up?
I had a gut. It's funny. I had a gut feeling. My brother and I work on a lot of music together, Bardo, and I wrote the song when I had no management, like no nothing. I just fired my entire team.
Wow.
I had a mini label deal before management, and I was just like, y'all don't get what I'm doing.
Were you
Peace and
living in
love.
Tennessee at this time, or were you still?
I went to college in Tennessee in Nashville,
Okay.
came back to LA. So I was living in LA at the time.
Okay.
So I was writing this whole album by myself, just like doing it all myself, DIY.
Mhm.
And I wrote Awesome with a couple friends, and I remember sending my brother the demo right as I was leaving. And he like always shoots me so straight. He does like not blow any smoke up my ass. Like he's so straightforward with me. He calls me immediately and he's like, "What is this song? When did you write it?" And I was like, "I literally wrote it today. Like, I don't know. I'm just fucking heartbroken. Like, I'm so sad right now." And he's like, "No, this is like the best song you've ever written." And I was like, "Really?" And so I listened to it more and more. And I was like, "This is really catchy now I think about it." And I was just like so in my own head and so in my feels.
Mhm.
And it's such like a personal song. And so I wasn't really thinking of it that way. But the people's reactions, like my friends and like managers that I knew showing them the song for the first time was always like, "Girl, what is this?" And so then I kind of started believing it a little bit more. And then when it blew up, I was like, "Oh my God, they were right." It was like so surreal.
So this is based off of like an actual event that happened in your life?
Yeah.
Or
Except I will say, at the time, I'd never been to Austin, Texas.
okay.
It's about Nashville.
Okay.
The entire story is so true, except it's in Nashville.
Okay.
But Nashville has no rhymes.
Yeah.
So as a songwriter, I was
Okay.
like, what can we do here?
Switch it up a little bit.
In Austin rhymes with Lost It. And
That's true.
there you go. And your girl was losing it.
That
so
is
it made
true.
sense. Yeah.
Did you, when this song came out, it blew up, it's everywhere. Did the person that you wrote it about reach out to you?
Oh, he is fully aware. I actually sent him the demo.
Oh,
We had,
Nice.
yeah. So I love.
y'all are back together?
No,
Okay,
God,
okay,
no.
Okay.
Well, we got
Okay.
You hooked up a couple times.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
for
have.
sure.
No, he was like my first like real big girl heartbreak. Oh my god, I
That'll
was
fuck you up.
Yes, and we never even dated though. That's like the worst part of it all.
Situationship?
Yeah, it was like a 2-year long stretched out, and I was ready. I wanted to give him my babies. Like I was ready for
Oh,
this
you were the
man.
hopeful person, as I
So
say?
ready, but he was so like he had so much trauma to heal from his childhood, like a shitty childhood. My song "Even Cowboys Cry" like goes into it. His dad was in and out of prison.
Wow.
Super poor. Like grew up in like literally a 1-room house in Memphis, but he is such a sweetheart. Like he's such a good guy, and I knew that underneath. So he just wasn't ready for me when I was ready for him.
Mhm.
And then circling back, he had a girlfriend for like a year while I was doing my thing, and then like we kind of reconnected a few months ago, and now he was like, yo, I'm like low-key ready for this now. And I'm like, sorry, man, your time's passed. Like,
Oh, no.
I love that for
good.
you.
Yeah, it felt good, but we definitely reconnected a little bit.
So he's a fan of the song.
Yeah, he's a fan of my music a lot. He's so supportive. The entire album's about him, and he's
You're like-
very aware. I
You're
sent
like,
him the entire
I don't
demo,
care about your feelings anymore, but
but
I will use
that dick. I'm kidding.
you said it, not me. I was like,
Your face said it, okay?
Yeah.
Do you
But yeah,
usually
that's
read
exactly what
minds?
happened. I mean, yeah.
Good for you. And
I'm
do
just
you-
a girl. What am I supposed to do?
Just a girl.
Also, I love doing things for the plot. Like I only write about my own life. And so sometimes when I'm like, okay, I gotta write an album. Like I gotta do
Mhm.
some things. I purposely stir
Make-
the pot a bit.
So you'll make toxic decisions because it might inspire you to write great songs.
Absolutely.
We love that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay. What was the day like when you realized, holy fuck, Austin has taken over and it's everywhere?
So there was a couple days spread out. So the first day that I posted that line dance video with me and my
Mhm.
friend Zoe, overnight it had like 2 million views. And that had never happened to me before. And I was like,
Damn.
whoa, that was insane. You know, my whole team was like buzzing. It was like a team of 6 people.
You made up the
independent.
line dance on your own?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been line dancing since I was a kid. We'd go to the
Mhm.
Mid-State Fair, and that's how you'd flirt with the boys, is you'd have to go line dancing. So you
okay.
bet you ass I learned
Hell
all the line
yeah.
dances. I was
Hell
out
yeah.
there. And so yeah, that first day was kind of crazy. And then 2 weeks later, it started getting added to like all these playlists on Spotify and like just like kind of buzz. Like I think it got its like first organic radio ad. And we're just like, wait, what is going on? And then, God, what was the day? I think like late February. It was like my birthday week when labels started calling. And we got flown out first class to New York. And I had like $900 in my bank account at this point. Like I was calling my mom being like, girl, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent next month.
Yeah.
And then I called her back when I was flying out to New York and I was like,
just
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good, actually. Hold the Venmo.
yeah.
So yeah, that was the week where I was like, it's all gonna work out. Because like I
Wow.
had literally every single label in the entire world knocking at my door. And then I kind of took this position of like realizing the power I had and realizing like I had all the negotiation power,
Mhm.
whatever I wanted. And so I was like super coy in these conversations and like
You bad
very like
bitch.
understated and like, well, what can you do? Instead of being like, thank you so much for seeing me.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
You came to me.
I was like with the CEOs of Republic Records they showed me this whole spiel about The Weeknd and Ariana Grande and Taylor
Is that-
Swift.
Is that where we interviewed?
No, that was Def Jam. Yeah.
Oh.
We interviewed Alessia Cara and she's at
Oh, I
in
listened to
Def
that
Jam
this morning.
Studios.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just so cool to be like, what's that?
Yeah. Did you? So you got like your pick of the litter. You chose who you wanted to
Mhm.
choose.
Warner Records. I love them. It just felt like
Wow.
family. I just like really saw that they valued my art and like me making art, and they were just like, we so see your vision and just run with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it went Austin to Boots or
Wait, it's the same song. Austin to Boots. Wait, what?
Oh.
sing it.
Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down?
Hmm.
It's
Are you sure?
I even knew that.
wait, no, because later on it got added, like it was Austin, and then they wanted to add boots stop working to the title. Maybe that's what you're
Okay.
thinking of. That's probably what you're thinking
no,
of.
they're different.
You're like-
They're
Yeah.
I see them both.
Actually, that is exactly what
So,
you're thinking of.
Why am I
Yeah.
confused?
They did that because everyone was
Okay.
like, what's the boots song? And then everyone was
Oh.
typing, you could see the research of like people typing in boots. And that's why we added Did Your Boots Stop Working to the title. Yeah.
Smart. Okay, that was a
Right?
Warner move.
Mhm,
That
Warner
was a
move.
smart
Shout
Warner move. And thank God they
Yeah,
did
thank God.
because woo. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Anyways,
so we'll be moving on currently from that. How did the Kane Brown of it all start?
Kane and I met back at the People's Choice Country Awards, I think. We were sitting next to each other. And he's just like the homie. He's kind of goated in the country scene.
Yeah.
And I like that he's like pop leaning as well, because that's kind of where my music sits. And I got pitched the tour, and he was like, "Hell yeah!" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" It's now the opening.
I mean, for someone who is like, you're into like going all out and being so creative, his like sets, the way he performs is
Very chill.
so creative.
I saw him at Stagecoach. Wait, last year or 2 years ago? I can't remember what it was, but it was. I was just like blown away. It was so good.
It's wild.
Yeah.
We went to his show. Was that here? Yeah, that was here. And interviewed him beforehand. But like, he's up on lifts. He's like all over the place. It's
the
really
pyro.
cool. Yeah,
his stage design is so cool because it's like a loop. It's a a catwalk, but it's a loop, and I've never seen a stage like this. And the pit, like the GI pit, is inside the loop.
Yes.
And I'm saying, I love a catwalk so much. Oh my God. And so I'm just like doing circles the entire time I'm performing. And it's great because the people in the back kind of get a front row seat. And then it's just like adds more dynamic to it.
After you're done with your performance at Stagecoach, are you going to enjoy the festival at all? Or
Yeah, I'm going to shotgun a beer. And then I'm going to, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
yeah, I think, there's a lot. I mean, who knows? I might be doing some pop-ups. There's going to be a lot of parties to go to. Yeah, I'm going to be bopping around. You will immerse
yourself with the festival.
Absolutely. Okay. I also love a party. So, can you tell? I love a party.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yes.
First of all, just a huge moment, like in general, to like be able to perform the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
And then the lipstick on top of that.
Yeah. So how did that happen?
Yeah, what happened with that?
Yeah, let's break that down real quick. So, I had a glam call at 4 a.m. that morning.
That's early.
Yeah, it was very early. Got up, very delulu, had the full face on. The parade started at 7:30 or 8. We were on the float. It was pouring rain.
Yeah.
Pouring rain. I was out there for 2 hours just in the pouring rain. I thank God I had an umbrella, but like I was waving, freezing cold 2 hours. And then the way it works is like right as you pull up, your float pulls up in front of the Macy's like front, your song starts and they hand you a mic and you go. Like there's no like,
prep.
Okay, 5 minutes. It's like going. The float barely stops. Like my manager literally fell off the float because it didn't stop. It was like she almost got ran over. It was crazy. But we're there. Song starts, killing it. My extensions were looking beat, and I was like, God damn it, because I really curly hair. And
the raining, humidity.
And I was like, God bless. It's all good. Praying for me. And my makeup artist had just reapplied my red lipstick to look good for camera. And everyone was like, don't touch the mic to your lips. Don't do it.
I do that a lot.
But like when I sing, I'm like all up on that thing. And I'm not thinking about that. I'm trying to like sound good. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So like the last thing I'm thinking about is like the distance of my mic to my lips. And
so what happened?
Yeah, it was.
Is there a picture out there?
There's a picture.
Can
I see
okay?
it? Oh, absolutely.
Is that okay?
It got me like a billion impressions. So period.
Is
but
that
yeah,
okay?
it was pouring rain and the mic was all up, and I just like remember pulling the mic away from the last Austin and giving the audience a big old smile. Oh my God. Giving the audience a big old smile, and I just looked like I was like this in the back with Elmo, like straight up.
Wait. It's kind of giving Taylor Swift.
Wait, go down. It's so bad.
Like
it is giving Taylor,
Taylor
so like trailer Swift, you know?
It's
giving trailer.
Trailer
It's
Swift.
like all
Taylor
over.
Swift.
And I remember seeing the monitors after pulling the mic away, and I was like, oh. And I was like, it's probably not that bad. It's probably just like me being in my head. And then my manager called me. He's like, girl, you should probably say something about this.
Shit was fucked. Have you worn red lipstick since?
No.
Or are we? Yeah, I don't know if I could either.
I got the Super Stain, the Maybelline Super Stay for my birthday as like a joke from like a lot of people, which was funny to be fair. But no, fuck that.
But did you see anyone dressed up as you
for Halloween?
Yeah,
that's actually a good Halloween costume. Wait,
that would be a good idea.
Love.
Would you be flattered or offended?
So flattered. Okay. I don't give a fuck. It's lipstick.
No, I don't.
You know,
I don't think it's,
and like
I don't
people
think it's
are
that
so
bad.
mad about it. Like you're a whore, and I'm like, okay,
what?
Dude, I get called the craziest shit because country is such like a kind of more conservative leaning fan base, and that's cool, whatever. But they were mad about like the shorts I was wearing.
I can't believe people called you that.
Oh yeah. They're like, it's a family show. Why is she wearing that and getting lipstick all over her face? I'm like, you think I tried to do this?
This is intentional.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's just moms projecting back in their like kind of little when they were.
But like the thing about the lipstick fiasco is I'm really weirdly grateful that it happened because I feel like the message of my music and like how I write songs is showing like, especially to like my super young fans, like, hey, it is okay to not have it all together. It's okay to be messy. and not know what the fuck you're doing and make bad decisions with men. Like, it just is the way it goes. And it's okay if you get lipstick all over your face on national television. Like,
It's okay.
I'm just a girl.
Literally.
You know?
Literally.
I love it.
Literally.
So I'm kind of glad it happened because it just showed like how I'm very human and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Did
Trailer
you
Swift,
feel
but-
any like
Taylor Swift.
no,
Crazy.
trailers?
Comment that. And I'm like, period. I kind of like that. Yeah.
Honestly, kind of cool.
Because I am. Like, I'm way more white trash than her. She's so classy. And that's okay.
That is okay. We all
Yes.
have a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Woo. How was your love life these days?
Well, I have like options, but
Well, of
I'm
course.
just so
Okay, player.
Yeah, player.
fucking player, you slut. No,
Whoa.
How's your roster?
The roster's deep for sure.
Okay.
But I don't care. Like, I don't want a man. And so I like will text them and entertain and like
Mhm.
Are
send
you
them,
in
like,
your
cute-
fuckboy era?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If I was a man, they would hate me so much. But because I'm a girl, I can do whatever the hell I want. Yeah, no, I just don't want a boyfriend at all. Like, even if I met the most perfect man right now, I'd be like, period. Give me like a few years.
I mean, you're a rock
know?
star. And,
Yeah.
You know.
Also,
like-
just being on tour, you're so busy, and the last thing I want to do. Also, it's anything I do right now is going to be long distance because I'm
Yeah.
always on the road. I'm never in one place, and at the end of the day, like all I want to do is like maybe call my mom,
Mm.
and then I want to read a book in bed. I want to read my dragon smut and then go to bed. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't want to I don't want to have a man
What's-
around.
What's Dragon Smut?
I could
Fourth
never.
Wing? Have you read it?
I can't do like
No.
fantasy, sci-fi.
You can do this
sex.
book. It's-
I can't do fairies fucking.
No.
Like I need real people.
You can do these fairies fucking. It's so
This is A Court of
good.
Thorn and Roses.
It's better in my opinion.
okay.
I think the story's more. It's more like war. It's less like shishi foo foo. You know.
It's more war.
It's more war.
blood.
It's more like real.
Who was breaking up last night?
Oh, that's in a book that's awful that I'm really just trying to get through.
What book is
Truly,
it?
The Boyfriend by Frida whatever.
Terrible
Terrible book. But I
title,
like.
yeah.
I know it's
Sorry,
like a
Frida.
psychological
Peace and love.
thriller. I think everyone knows it's Frida. Frida even knows that it's not her best. Okay. Okay. So I'm really just trying to get through because I did pay $12.99 for it on my Kindle.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm really just
Oh.
trying to get through it currently in this moment.
yeah.
But
No, you should read Fourth Wing.
I was very much into like erotic thrillers for a moment,
Mm.
and then I did very much. My clit did need a break.
Oh, like what?
Yeah.
Can you give me some like? I don't got a boyfriend, so like, give me
yeah,
some.
yeah. I'll send you the links.
Give
I'll
me-
send
yeah.
you the links. They got me through some tough times.
Okay. Good.
Nick was snoring beside
what
me.
was I
and
doing?
Asleep.
I was reading this crazy sex scene in Fourth Wing
Tough
as I was
times.
on vacation with my grandma, and it was just me and her in Belize. And we're like sitting on these beach chairs. She's like yapping about New York Times, and I'm like reading. He slides it in my slick
Yeah.
entrance, and I'm like, "Fuck!"
Like, excuse me, Grandma. I need to use the restroom, and I
Did
will
you
be
say
gone for a
slick
minute.
entrance?
Oh my god, I can't get it out of my head. She says slick entrance in the book.
I love that.
Isn't that disgusting?
I love
But it's
it.
so descriptive, and I
It
love
is
it. It kind of turns me on in like a weird way. I'm like, why do I
very
hate this?
descriptive. It is very
Yeah.
descriptive. My slick entrance.
My slick entrance. Because that's what
And
it
did
is.
he like? And he slid in like Tom Cruise in Risky Business, you know, like with just socks on,
Mhm.
like that.
raw. Just I guess a sock is not raw.
That would
That would
No one's.
yeah.
Have y'all seen that?
Risky Business.
Yeah.
Sorry, before your
Yeah.
all's time.
Yeah, for sure.
She's an artist, so she might have.
Sorry,
seen
yeah,
Come on.
she's.
I'm educated in arts.
She's in the arts. She watches
I'm in the
films.
She watches film.
She watches
Of course.
films.
I don't watch anything past
Not
2000
movies.
actually.
No, neither does he.
Speaking of watching,
Yeah.
what are you watching these days?
I actually just watched White Lotus last night.
Oh, you
the
did?
last
You're caught
episode.
up?
I'm caught up.
And have you watched the first 2 seasons?
Yes.
And
I
you
cannot believe the brothers made out last night.
No, yeah, that was
that was
really
like
that was
made me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I'm me
more
as well.
uncomfortable than Sam Rockwell's long monologue about how he's fucking himself.
That was insane
That was
too.
awesome.
And how he was like, I want to be a little Asian girl, and I pay her to sit there and watch me get fucked because I'm her, and I'm like, holy hell.
And then what's his name? Who plays the
Sam
other guy?
Rockwell?
No, the other guy. Rick. Anyways, Rick's just sitting there, and he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Can you imagine like being the writer of that monologue?
no.
Like that's where
They're
my
like,
brain
honestly,
went.
You want to go go further than what you think we want. We want
Mhm.
you to like take it to another level.
Exactly. And
How
like I was
fun.
watching with my roommate who's an actress, and so we talk about like acting and like writing and all the time, but we were just like giggling to ourselves. Like imagine having to like be in that like reading the script for the first time and being like, okay, here I go. I want to get fucked by a daddy
Yeah,
and
and
be
it's
an
like,
Asian
oh
girl.
my
Like, what?
gosh.
Yeah, and then the
Nuts.
suicide scene, almost near suicide scene, freaked me out.
With who?
Hello?
Oh,
the
my
dad
gosh,
who almost
yes,
he was
the
like writing the
dad,
note.
and then she
Oh,
came
yeah,
out.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
he pulled the trigger when she opened the door. That
I
was
know.
so gnarly.
Yeah, that was
I
crazy.
don't think he's gonna do that. Do you know who Sam Rockwell's wife is in real life?
No.
It is the woman who's the actress in White Lotus who's playing
short
the
blonde
short
hair,
blonde
the
who
friend.
is from
Oh!
Austin, Texas.
No way.
Leslie Bibb.
Yeah, Leslie
Leslie.
Bibb.
Wait, that's so
They're
fun.
married in real life. They met filming, I believe, Iron Man 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Her character's so annoying.
I know.
She's like my least favorite character.
Yeah,
But also I
mine
think
too.
that's what she's supposed to be, you know?
Yeah.
Did you see the twist coming of the friend fucking the guy who
No.
worked?
No,
the
I
whole-
didn't actually.
didn't?
But I'm
I
kind of
did-
glad it happened.
It's like, the three girl, they hate each other so much.
Yes.
And so like the fact that the entire time she's been like pushing Lori to have sex with this
Right,
guy and
and
then
then-
she does it is like,
so fucked.
Duh.
That was
So fucked. But it's
something I would have done in my earlier days.
really.
oh my God.
I feel like we've all probably almost done that before. I feel like we probably actually have. But that's just like being a girl. And
But
that's
yeah,
so
but when you're
fucked,
single,
you know?
girl or guy, when you're
Yeah.
single and you're all well, like, her character's not single, though that makes it a little shady.
Yeah. I don't
But
like
if you
that.
are all single, then yeah, it's like
Then
kind
it's
of
like,
all fair and love
whatever.
and war. You're all kind
Yeah.
of like part of it is like
And she's clearly the hottest one. And she's also like a movie star. So like put it in those terms, being that guy who works at the White Lotus, I would be like, her.
Nick was asking me if like it's actually, if with the scene of them like dancing and then the three women who were like staring at him and she was like dancing harder. He was like, does that really happen? Like women who like want your man and you kind of like show them that you can't have them. And I
100%.
was
like you're making eye
yes.
contact with random women at a bar who you think want your guy or the guy that you're getting with. You'll lock eyes and give them the old like you wish you had this.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Sarah, have you ever done that?
I'm sure.
It's just like a part of being a girl. I don't know. There's like this weird competitiveness that sucks, but it's just like the way it goes sometimes. Also, just like watch me go. You know, it's kind of fun. Watch me cook right now.
Watch me cook. Watch me cook.
Who do you think did it? Who do you think dies and who do you think the killer is?
Oh, because there's always gonna be someone that dies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's gonna be the gun that
Sure.
the dad takes.
The missing gun.
But I don't think it's gonna be him. I think it's gonna be like Rick or some shit. You know, because Rick's
Maybe
kind
the
of a wild
monkeys
card.
steal it.
Maybe the monkeys steal it.
I
Or
feel like it's giving Patrick.
you think? Oh yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
Patrick might do it.
He's gonna find out his dad has
Saxon.
no money.
Saxon, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's gonna be like, oh my God, and I just kissed my brother and I kind of liked it.
And he's
like,
on
I'm
drugs,
messed
and
up
I do
in the
Molly
head,"
now.
He's probably gonna
and,
kill
like,
himself, honestly.
No.
No, I don't
No?
think he. I think he'd just be like, I think he goes crazy.
Who's gonna die? What if he kills Chelsea?
There was a lot of gunshots in the first episode preview.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Greg is also looking for the masseuse's like contact information.
That is
Oh,
true.
Greg is also sketchy. Or what if Greg dies? Maybe Saxon figures it out, tries to
Honestly,
be
yeah.
a hero for the
No.
masseuse, and
Well,
then
maybe
kills
I
Greg.
mean
He
definitely
needs to die at this
more.
point.
There might be more than one dead person, but like
True. Greg is weird.
he's misunderstood.
You think?
I don't know.
You're gonna come to a murderer's defense?
Yeah. Huh?
He killed
Are you serious?
Jennifer Coolidge. What do you mean?
Maybe she just got on his nerves. I don't know.
She would be really annoying as that character as a wife. To be fair.
Yeah, she would be.
The gays are coming. I'm so bad at that. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try.
I can't do it. I
Can't do it.
Do you watch reality TV at all?
Like low key, not really. I don't even have time to watch anything. Let's see what I did watch. The last time I watched reality TV, it was Love Island, the last season.
The last season.
Because I know Rob from before he was Rob.
Really? How'd you meet Rob before he was Rob?
His sister Lily's my best friend.
Really?
So we met the summer before.
You're still best friends.
Yes. She's
Okay.
my best friend in the entire world.
How and what was that experience like watching her little brother become
Big brother.
America's
Little brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
America's heartthrob?
It was really, I didn't watch it at first because I didn't want to get cringed out. And I love Rob. He and I are friends. So I didn't watch it. And I watched 3 or 4 of the episodes and I stopped. Because I just like, I know him and I know like, how I could just feel how overwhelmed he was getting. And he's like a very sensitive guy. And I just felt bad. Like they put him in such like a hard situation and like make him break these girls' hearts. And like he didn't want to do any of that. I don't know. So I had so much empathy for him. I just like couldn't even watch it.
How was your best friend through it all? Was she like? Because I feel like
She was watching it. She
She
had
was
to. She
watching
had
it?
to. No, I was definitely checking in on her. I was like, "What's up?
How you doing?
Well, she was excited because she thought he was gonna make it to the hometown tours or the hometown part, whatever. And she was like, "I'm ready for my moment. Like, here we go."
Do they do
But he
that?
didn't.
Sometimes they have like the families call in and meet.
Oh, they call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But she didn't get her moment, unfortunately. Sorry, Lily.
Sorry, Lily.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Maybe next time your brother's
Maybe
on
next
a,
time.
on a
Yeah, I'm sure
dating
he'll be
He
on
show.
was
something
at that
else
point is
soon.
kind of having casual sex with.
People on TV,
Yeah.
you know.
He was
Yeah,
like, I'm not
he
gonna
was.
find love.
Like I
so
can't
I'm just gonna
imagine
find
my
love."
brother being on there. I would just
We're
be like,
watching
God,
it.
no.
you know,
Yeah, I
and
can't
watching
either.
it, I just like that's such a crazy experience.
You're just like, you
Like
don't do that.
watching people like my brother. I'm like-
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's married is already shocking enough. So I'm like,
No,
I don't.
what?
Your brother.
My brother is
Okay,
married.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait.
We're like, when did
I was
that
like,
happen?
What did I miss?
No. I can't imagine watching my brother on a dating show thinking
Yeah.
like people would actually like him. And then I am shocked.
Actually, like
I'm also shocked that he's married.
Mm.
So, and he's been married for quite some time.
Dang.
Someone chose it.
None of my siblings
Someone
are married
chose him.
yet. But it's gonna
What's
be weird.
crazy is that the person who chose him was his first ever girlfriend.
Oh,
Really? Did
That's
he like
love.
circle back, or was it like a consistent thing?
No, it was like he like never really had a girlfriend like growing up. He was just like never really that type of guy, and then went into the military and like met a girl, and then they started dating, and then he got out of the military, and then they got married.
Wow.
I know.
What's up with you guys? What have you guys been watching? What
We
should
watch
I watch?
everything.
You watch everything?
Dasha, we watch everything.
I know, because you
under
guys
the
like
sun.
report on everything.
Yeah.
I feel bad that I don't
Yes.
know more reality
No,
TV.
You need to
it's
watch
about you,
Temptation
Dasha.
Island.
Yeah.
Because
Really?
Temptation Island is bonkers.
I like tea. I like really juicy
It's
tea.
really crazy.
Okay.
There's threesomes.
Love.
And the girl, well, his girlfriend has to watch the
Now his
threesome happen
girlfriend.
on a screen.
Wait, there's
Yeah.
a girlfriend?
They come as couples, and then
Oh.
no, it's crazy, and they have to see like, are you going to be tempted by all these other girls that you're going to be living with who are like the temptresses, and it's like their job to get you to like break and fall in love with them and touch and break your physical boundaries, whatever the hell you may have. And then every like couple days, they go and they like sit at this bonfire and watch a screen of
Oh my
like
God.
what their boyfriend is doing with these
Oh my
other.
god.
It's crazy.
Literally no.
And then one gentleman had a threesome with two randos and was like, I don't regret this shit.
He's just like, I need to feel something.
Kind of, it's almost
Yeah.
almost verbatim. He said, you know,
Yeah.
he basically
Wow.
wanted to check that box off his list. It was Breon.
Breon. Yes.
The
Breon.
man on the left. And then
And
he
it
had-
was two women because they go
Courtney.
on dates. They get to
Right,
pick someone to go
Courtney?
on a date with.
Okay.
And he did not choose either of those women to go on the date because he was like,
Oh.
then you form like an emotional connection. And I was just trying to have a threesome.
Whoa. So like everyone that's at the bottom are all the temptresses?
So the women get the men get the women, and they're all trying to see who's gonna break.
Whoa.
It's really wild. So if you have any free time, I would definitely
Whoa.
suggest.
Love.
Yeah.
I really like Too Hot to Handle too.
This is kind of a little like Too Hot to Handle esque.
Yeah.
They're all very attractive.
But I've only seen Harry Jowsey's season, which was forever ago. But I was watching that shit. It
I never watched a Too Hot to Handle, but
was good.
You should watch Temptation Island.
You
It's
should
streaming
watch
on Netflix
Temptation
now.
Island.
Is it Netflix? Okay,
Yeah,
period.
it's
on
on Netflix
Netflix.
now.
Awesome.
yeah.
That one part was when Ashley went into the hut with was it Dan?
Oh yeah, they
was it-
put I would
What's his
actually I wouldn't be able to
Danny.
further on
Going to the
anymore,
hut.
but they put like a tent, a nice tent with a bed in it on each of the villas, and it was like if you go into this, it was like no cameras are allowed in there.
Oh my
so
god.
if you go in, like you can do whatever you want to do, not on camera, but it lights up at the other house. So like the women will know that one of their man took a girl in with no cameras.
Oh.
Yeah. And Ashley took Danny into it. She was like, I really just want to like set off the
Wait,
like,
show me Danny.
Danny. Is,
Oh, he's
there.
cute.
He's
he's,
cute.
See,
he's very cute.
My
yeah.
first scan is I like Danny the best.
well,
That's like my type.
so
I love a
she-
mustache.
He's
That's
22.
her guy.
I'm 25, so well,
It's kind of it's not bad.
that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Kind of cradle robbing.
I'm just asked.
It's not bad.
I just said he's 22.
Anyways, so she goes in and on their way and she's like, I really wish you would have carried me. And his response is, maybe next time. Huh?
Yeah, not your husband.
Huh?
Oh my god. Wait, I
Maybe
like
next
Taylor and
time.
Tyler. That's fun.
Taylor and Tyler. Yeah, they're talking.
They're already broken up.
Oh,
Yeah,
We're
they're
not
broken
even
up.
done with the.
I just feel like
show.
anyone that goes on the show with their boyfriend is gonna break up.
It's just
100%,
so
you know?
sad. Like Alexa and Leno, they've been together for like almost 4 years. It's like, what are you doing on this show.
Or like maybe they're just like feeling like it's the end, but they just like want a last hurrah.
go out with a bang.
You know? Like that's some shit I would do.
I was gonna say, Ashley saw her boyfriend full on cheating on her, and she was like, "This is just all the proof I needed." Like, not even like a freak out, not a teared out. She was just like, "Nope, I knew it. Piece of shit."
No, and well, and
Whoa,
then,
that's
but Taylor goes, I want this to not feel like cheating. Like after he took a shower and had sex with some chick.
Oh, Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And when you hooked up with her name was Natalie? right?
Natalie, yeah. When he's sitting playing the guitar.
Oh, that motherfucker.
And he's singing about cheating.
I know I made a mistake. I know what I've
No,
done.
first of all,
It's like literally out of the Barbie movie.
But yeah,
playing
thank you,
guitar at
thank
the-
you for reminding me of that, though. This motherfucker brought a guitar
Ew.
to Temptation Island. That's like bringing a puppy. That's like
Yeah.
being like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if
Dad.
you're an actual musician, if you went on Temptation Island, Dasha, and you brought a guitar, I've been like, she wants to fuck. Like, she is there.
Okay,
to like,
I would do it because I'd sauce that shit up.
Yeah,
but
but
if
like-
someone who was bad did it, I'd be like, get the fuck away from
bad
me.
or good. But if you bring a guitar as like a prop to like some sort of dating situation, you're
Yeah.
like you're not.
I mean, yeah,
He was waiting to Ken bust it out.
for sure.
Yeah, he's just like this was like he brought the
He knows
guitar
what
to
he's
look.
doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he brought a
Yeah.
basically a sex toy.
Yeah. He brought a
That's-
vibrator he can play.
Seriously, that's like
Crazy.
bringing a vibrator to a date.
100%. I just thought it was wild that he's singing like I made a mistake with you to the
And
song
he
to the
does it,
girl
and
walking
he keeps
out.
going as she's like sitting next to him. It's like,
Was it a
okay.
song that he wrote?
Yes.
Apparently
oh my God,
that
it
morning.
would be
It was
so bad.
awful.
No, I cannot do that.
It was
no.
awful.
You have no idea how many men that I'm like lightly talking to will be like, well, let me just like show you this song real quick that are like are not artists. It's like the most painful thing.
Have you ever had someone who is an artist try to sing to you and be like, and not like, let me demo this shit for you, but like you're hanging out, it's a date, we're not working, we're
Nick,
like offline.
I can't tell you how many times this has happened. Men, that scene out of Barbie
Does it shrivel
is
up your lady
so
penis?
unbelievably accurate. Like they play guitar at you,
Looking you straight in the eye.
and you just have to act like, oh, wow.
Never heard
Even
this
though it's
before.
like the fuck is going on?
No
Like,
one ever.
You actually listen? You don't just say stop.
No, I'll like get up and like get myself a glass of water and like try to give them cues of like I'm so like I'm dried
Like, I
up
have
like
to
a
go.
desert right now.
Like, I have to leave.
Yeah, this is actually hurting your chances of getting with me right now.
Is that my car I hear started in the driveway?
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
like,
Let me go check on that.
Sorry, the remote
Fine.
start accidentally pressed in my pocket.
Shit.
My apartment's flooded. Gotta go.
oh god, I gotta wash my cat. Sorry,
So sorry.
So
Oh
busy.
my god, brutal.
Yeah, it's not
That's
great.
crazy. What is your birth name?
Anna Dasha Novotny. Anna is my first name,
Okay.
but I've always gone by Dasha.
You have.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you.
kindergarten through 6th grade, I was Anna because I thought Dasha was too weird. I wouldn't have friends. I don't know why I went there, but I released my first song in 7th grade when I switched schools. So I went by Dasha from then on. And I was just like, perfect.
Wow.
Dasha.
Where did your parents get Dasha?
I wasn't named till 3 weeks after I was born.
What?
My
You're
parents
one
are
of
hippies,
those.
California hippies. I know, literally one of
Okay.
those. And they wanted to feel like I
Oh, your
cannot make this
energy.
up. They wanted to feel my vibe, like
Yep.
straight up. And they were
I
calling
mean,
me baby for a while.
Say what you want. I mean, now you're a
They
a
felt
star
right,
using
right?
that name.
They
and
kinda killed it.
Got it right.
And like I love my nickname Dash. Like my friends call me Dash, which is cute.
That's fine.
But my aunt called my parents 3 weeks in and was like, "What about Dash?" And they're like, "Love, she's a girl. What about Dasha?" And it just like stuck because like traditionally like it's like Dasha or Dasha, which is like a Russian name. It's like Emily over there. Like everyone is named Dasha.
Yeah.
But Dasha is my Americanized name.
Dasha.
Dasha. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
All right,
Creative.
Dasha.
yeah.
Well, this has been so much fun.
Thanks for having me.
Can you please plug away? Obviously, so many people know and where to get your music and all that
Yeah.
fun stuff. But anything you want, where can people like find you on tour?
Tour. Well, guys, I'm on tour right now with Kane Brown, going out with Thomas Rhett next.
Crazy.
That's
And
kind of a big
then-
deal.
Crazy.
Right? I love Thomas Rhett.
You're really there.
I'm doing it.
You're
It's
really
so
doing
weird
it,
because
yeah.
last year I was not doing it. Like,
It's
you know?
crazy. What could happen in a year?
So exciting. But okay, find me on tour. You can just search my name on Google. You'll find the tickets, I'm sure. And find me at Stagecoach. And I'm working on a new album. So keep your eyes peeled.
Woo.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So much
Here we go.
fun.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Well, she's fun.
I love that she's from Slow because a lot of people commented on the Dylan Efron one being like, how do they not know where Slow is? Because you're like, Santa Luis Obispo? What are you saying?
Oh, is that what?
Is that the slang
that's what
name
we
for that
call it?
place?
Slow is
Slow.
San Luis
Because
Obispo.
because
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Bzz, bzz, 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 bzz,"
Well,
and then
or-
people are like, you know what? Let's just say slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Leia,
There's a lot of towns that people can't pronounce. Okay, there was a town next to
people
me
get
where I
mad?
grew up called Opelika, and no one could fucking say Opelika.
I-
So like, and am I offended? No.
No, I just think it's hilarious because I have family from Slow too, and they're like, girl, nobody cares.
Really, like
Yeah.
if you're offended that I cannot pronounce the name of your town and it has 92 letters in it, like I am sorry.
at least you know the lyrics to her song. Leia thought that the lyrics to her song were "Did your
Mary,
boots
don't
stop
you dare.
working? Did your lungs give out?" And now that's the only way I can
Oh,
think
Kind of
of.
sounds like it though.
What's the actual lyric?
Did your truck give out?
Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break
did your
down?
Truck breakdown. I'm
breakdown.
sorry.
Yeah.
She said, "Did your
And
lungs give out?"
Were you listening whenever it
Were
was
your
playing, or
lungs
were you
give
just like
out?
guessing?
Well, I thought those were the lyrics until
Sometimes-
Sierra corrected me.
Sometimes you hear stuff wrong. It's okay, but those are the lyrics in my heart now.
I heard what I wanted to hear.
Well, did you see a little Southern Charm? Madison LaCroix is like, people are all up in arms because apparently her house was listed for sale and everyone's freaking the fuck out, which I think is the weirdest.
First of all, if she listed her house for sale, people should stop putting that online.
right?
It is
Right.
interesting.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Like, why would you like platform someone's personal address?
I have no idea, and I've never understood it.
It's the Bravo sphere. They look into everything.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
they knew that Brittany moved out of her house based off of a selfie of the mirror in the background, knowing that it wasn't the same house that she like. It's
That's scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary. But she like,
Boundaries, people.
yeah, she offered a cryptic comment or someone.
Well, someone commented on a post saying, "Girl, where are you moving to?" LOL, and she said Cali.
We're assuming she's trolling.
I'm assuming she's
Yeah.
trolling.
There's no way she is pregnant, moving, like taking her son, he's like, what, 10, 11, like out of school and moving to California. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but
Doubt
like
it.
definitely seems like she's like,
Most people are
my
going the other
response to that
direction.
would be, like,
Don't come.
no. My response would be like the most random, I would say somewhere in Europe, like just a random place of like, mind your own business. Like I don't know.
Bulgaria.
her
I'm
husband.
moving to Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Her husband does fly out here throughout the week because he's a firefighter. So
Oh, he is?
yeah, that's the whole thing where when Paige and Craig and Madison would always talk, that she was saying that they were a bi-coastal relationship because he has to fly out here for work.
Why does he firefight out here?
Probably get
He's
paid
like
more.
he's like a higher up. I don't know that he's actually like suiting up, but I know that he has to like come here for like whatever to manage his department.
Oh, interesting. Well,
Maybe she is moving to Cali.
So she could be.
okay. Well, what the fuck do I know? Literally nothing.
Southern Cali, the new charm.
But it is interesting that would be the way that she like reveals that she's moving. It's just like responding to like a comment.
That I
under a
agree with
picture.
too. So it's a little strange. She could be trolling or
Well, Shep's not moving. He's still. You see how he decorates his house?
Did you see the 5 million hats under his coffee table? It's
We're the same age. I will. In defense of Shep, though, you really need a lady in your life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Molly.
Those apartments get scarier
Well,
as they
that-
get older alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He needs
Like, is that
Molly.
your bed in the corner? Is that your mattress in the corner of the room?
But before I met Natalie, I can't say that I was much better.
It actually wasn't that bad. I remember like
That
the first
bad.
time
Did he have nightstands? Multiple pillows?
He did. He had nightstands. He had 2 pillows.
Okay. good.
Yeah.
A duvet?
He-
Sometimes.
Or a blanket?
He did have a duvet.
Anything on his walls?
Pictures of himself.
Stop it.
It was like mixed tiles. It was probably like a brand deal. It was like
It
you
was
and
a brand
friends.
deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was.
It was you and friends. It was
It was
definitely the peel
family.
and
It
stick.
wasn't just me.
like, yeah, well, it wasn't a bunch
Your
of
Bachelor
selfies.
poster.
Yeah, it wasn't,
He
wasn't a bunch
lifted
of selfies, but there was definitely like, yeah, a bunch of pictures of like you and your
It
friends
was a
and
brand deal.
family.
Yeah.
And some like art from
art.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
No art. No
Okay.
art. Yeah.
Alright,
He
yeah.
had a blue velvet couch.
Oh,
That's fancy.
sassy.
Yeah. What else did you have?
That
I
was a
never
hand-me-down from my
stepped.
broken relationship with Vanessa.
Wait, what?
I got in the divorce.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then Natalie got rid of it as soon as she moved.
Thank God. Yeah.
She's
Thank
like,
God.
this is the first thing to go.
It's like that
Uh,
one couch in Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, Tom and the Tom, Kristen, Jax, Ariana couch.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I don't think I ever stepped foot in your guest bedroom, but I do remember it being just like full of crap.
It was my art room.
His art room, yes.
I respect
Listen,
that.
made art.
I
He's-
respect that.
Every
love it.
time this man is like, I need a art studio like at the lake, or I need like, I'm thinking of like putting an I'm like, you have not. He set up an art studio in our current house 5 years ago when we moved in, and he has not once stepped foot into his art studio. I'm like, and now he's like, well, we need to have one at like any possible house that we could ever live in our future must have an art studio in
support
case
that.
I decide to dabble.
Thank you,
again.
Justin.
Are you
You
painting?
can't rush the art.
We're planning. We're
You
planning
can't
for
rush
the
the
future.
art.
What's inside this art studio? Like what crafts are you getting into?
I mean, oil paints.
Oh, of course.
Duh.
Not
Yeah.
watercolor? I didn't know. Acrylics?
Well, I haven't done a lot of. Well, I mean, maybe acrylics.
Ceramics?
Yeah, maybe acrylics. Watercolors, I might dabble.
You guys could have a
in the
ghost
future.
moment.
You're also
Yeah.
downplaying oil paints.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
You're acting
But
like
you're
acting like
downplaying-
I don't. Well, first of all, I have painted.
I believe you. That's why I'm asking what's in an art studio.
What kind of stuff do you paint?
You
More
haven't painted
landscapes, portraits?
since you were living in
Bob
Venice.
Ross photos.
But you haven't done anything since
Yeah,
you
no,
were
I haven't
living
done it in a while.
Okay.
For sure.
He's gonna paint with River in the studio.
But JT was definitely
His-
under he this episode.
Yeah.
Honestly, every episode of JT gets worse and worse and worse and worse.
This one I can't defend.
Quit.
No, you
Actual
can't
quit.
defend.
Just quit.
Well, he
He
did.
needs- and thank God he
Fake
did.
quit.
But then he still comes back for the reunion.
Oh,
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like
Do you think he said it? Seemed real
100%.
defensive.
100%.
I was like, even the barber call wasn't that
It wasn't much different than what he was
convincing.
accused of
Yeah.
saying.
Honestly, some black girl, cute. Some cute black girl. I don't throwing in the word cute doesn't make it any better.
Yeah.
You know? And he's really like trying to make sure that like that is gonna make it better.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
It's insensitive regardless.
Yeah.
And then him calling Vanita and like making himself the victim was weird.
The whole idea, like, forget about whatever comment he did or didn't make that may or may not have been ignorant and inappropriate and insensitive. But just the fact that he has this girlfriend and we watched him lean into this storyline with Vanita
Mm-hmm.
all season long and then play her the way he's played her and then have his actual girlfriend, whoever this person is, like talk shit about Vanita when clearly she's hearing from JT about what that relationship status is. And obviously he's downplaying it to her
100.
while upplaying it to us, which is interesting that we haven't heard from her at all because like you would think he's clearly obviously he must be blaming producers in the show and you know, when it comes to her. And I'm assuming they're still together. Are they, or, you know,
That
she
I-
must be believing it.
That I don't know, but I know that Vanita did share on the after show that scene in maybe the second or third episode where they're shopping together. And she's like, oh, you look yummy. That like she actually spent $5,000 on him that day. And it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, that's not something your best friend does. Like that's something that like,
$5,000.
Well, he's claiming that never happened, and like it's a whole.
Vanita's claiming it did.
Vanita got on Southern Turn after show and said that she spent $5,000. She's like, that's not something that a best friend does.
And that's also not something someone would lie about. Like,
No, it's
yeah, I
not.
spent $5,000 on him. Like,
But I'm like, that says to me that she thought she was investing in her
Yeah.
future partner, not like, oh, you know what? I think you would really like. You look so good in this. Throw
yeah.
it away. Why not?
I feel like Vanita's been so mature this whole season of like she's clearly getting played to this day,
Yeah.
and like the whole time like she's trying to be positive of JT, and I don't understand.
You know what? She's very much like Southern values and trying to be like a put together Southern woman. And I love that for her. But I'm like, yeah, it couldn't be me. I would be like exposing this man left and right. And she's still trying to see the good in him.
It's tough to watch Paige and Craig now. And she's rolling her eyes at him. I think they say like I mean, they're broken up now, so you know we have the answer. But like, there's no better sign of a broken relationship when people are rolling their eyes at each other.
I mean, yeah, but it's also like for me, like in defensive Paige, I'm just like, can we just sit down and have dinner? Like it's just like they go to the farm, they go look at bees, and somehow it ends up in this like very serious or like conversation of like your career, you're moving forward. I want to settle down, and she's like, can we just have dinner?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I
but
don't
it's
want to watch
also-
that. I'm
Yeah,
sure they
it's
did have
also-
that.
I know.
I don't. No,
The
I do not
show.
want to watch Paige come to town and sit them watch and not talk. And
No,
have
I'm
dinner.
fully aware, but what I'm saying is that Craig can't sit here and be like, oh man, that was mean or whatever, where I'm just like, you started this conversation.
But also she does really like to like really throw it in his like the whole conversation with Austin of like her being like, you're preaching to the choir. Like, yep, I don't think you need to they very much were like bonding over their relationships being similar on their end and like kind of in front of Craig where it was
Mhm.
like, okay,
I mean, she's definitely checking out of this relationship in the process.
He's trying to move
of-
this relationship forward. He's trying to like, hey, I got this house, I got this backyard. He's got a great backyard, by the way.
Yeah, he
Well
does.
done, Craig. It's very nicely done. But yeah, like he wants to, I mean, literally settle down, and she doesn't.
I
You
know.
know, and it's
It's unfortunate because I'm like, but I just understand her when she's just like, I never want to live a slow life. That I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then
But
you
that's
guys need to
interesting.
break up.
I mean, listen, everyone's different. You know, like Natalie and I really didn't talk about it. You know, when Natalie got pregnant with River. You know, but boy, we haven't slowed down. You know, like, and we're very lucky and very privileged to be able to get help. We have a lot of family members who can help with childcare and things like that. But like, we have definitely not slowed down. You
Yeah.
know, like, and so it's just interesting hearing this conversation and hearing Paige's perspective, as if like she definitely has it in her mind. And it is obviously for a lot of people that if like a life with Craig, and if they decided to have kids together, you know, like there's a lot of sacrifices to be made, no question, when it comes to being a parent. But like, it doesn't necessarily mean that your life has to end, or your life has to slow down, or you can't have a career. I mean, Natalie and I have never been more busy with our careers, and we're very much like
I also
growing
do
a family.
think though people are scared if you live a fast-paced life to bring children into it, because they're scared of like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to like sacrifice so much. And it's like, well, on one end you do, but also like a baby joins your life, and it's if you want to, it is very easy to like include babies. They're adaptable, they go with the flow, you know, like it's honestly not as hard as I think a lot of people make it out to be. And it's like, if they wanted to make it work, like it wouldn't be that hard.
And listen, every situation's different. You know, we're not here to tell people like, you know, having kids are super easy, and our situation obviously is different than anyone else listening. But yeah, to Natalie's point, like we love being parents, and we bring Liver along as much as we can. She comes into our
Not liver, bitch.
we bring River.
I can't.
We include River
Liver.
into our life as much as we can. We
Yeah.
bring her around, and yeah, she like assimilates into our life. And the difference between our life before and our life now is when we're not working and we're not having a crazy life or doing some cool thing, or we're not like, you know, like all the other shit is just like replaced by more meaningful shit. Like
Right.
the shit we were just like, I don't know, what do you want to do? You know, when we were just like chilling, like we replace it with just like meaningful moment after meaningful moment. And like, I don't know, that's really the only.
And like, you just got to bring a lot more snacks and toys, you know?
Yeah.
It is interesting because then on the summer house side of like this past week, it's Craig telling Paige, if you were so busy the rest of your life, then I'd know we wouldn't work out.
Yeah.
So it's like you're seeing the two ends of like how it's being portrayed on each show.
And it's kind of, yeah, just to that point, it's just weird because like you just, especially for them, I mean, I don't know their situation, but like there's a lot of busy, successful parents out there.
I think it'd be interesting to wonder if their relationship would have been different if like Craig was willing to like raise kids in New York, where it seems like Paige was not willing to raise kids in Charleston. To her, it
Well,
felt like
that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Like if, you know, again, they're broken up now, so it almost
Don't really
seems
matter.
weird
Yeah.
talking about it. But like, would Craig be a stay-at-home dad? You know, would he marry a woman who was maybe more advanced in her career than his and more the breadwinner? And if like, let's say Paige and Craig worked out, and you know, her career keeps being elevated, she keeps getting busier and busier, she's booked and busy. Craig is like fine, but like compared to Paige, she seems to be, you know, on a higher trajectory. Like, would he be, you know, daddy daycare, and would he stay home? Would he you know, would he do that? I don't know. But
Yeah.
like it would require maybe something like that, you know, as you know, you got to figure it out as a family, as parents, and you adapt to whatever situation comes up. So maybe if you have two people who are like, no, I need to be, you know.
I
But
want this
also,
in-
it very much did seem like Paige did not or was not willing to like make Craig a priority in her life. It seemed very much like her career was really the only thing, you know, because she even said like, well, once like we get married and like my mom, like, you know,
Oh,
he's
that's
like
an
my
interesting bit.
mom.
I also like, yeah, listen, I know maybe it's part of Paige's like bit or whatever, but like dating someone who like constantly like talks down to men would probably bother me after a while. Like, because Paige talks down about men, to men, and even a little bit to Craig, where it's just like, I don't know, like maybe that's like her bit. I don't know, maybe that's her vibe. That's kind of her persona, but like, I don't, it would kind of
Craig did say, I don't remember because they all run together if it was in Summer House or Southern Charm, but he was like, I've never been in this submissive, like in a relationship.
Yeah, he did say he
before.
was a sub,
He's
which
like-
is really funny.
It was an interesting relationship dynamic. Clearly they didn't work out. It's interesting to like watch the relationship kind of fall apart. It's very much giving like in a completely different way, but the like when we knew what happened with Sandoval and Raquel and like you knew what happened and then you watched the season and you just paid more attention to them
And the background.
and
Yeah, and
you
the
just
little
saw
moments.
it's just like
Mhm.
all of it meant more because you knew like how everything ended up. It's like you watch their relationship a little bit closer because you know they're not together and it's like,
Yeah.
do you see it falling apart?
Would this be a dating red flag for you? Because I thought it was a huge red flag from Paige. Like, honestly, maybe Paige is right. Like, maybe Paige's mom, as far as Paige is concerned, has never been wrong. But if I'm dating someone and Paige delivered that line to me the way Paige delivered it to Craig, implying that, like, if and when we get married and have kids, that, like, her mom will be a more trusted, like, source than her own partner, I would be like, absolutely not. Like, for Paige to imply that her mom would never be wrong going forward and that she would go to her mom first before she went to her partner, I don't want to marry that person.
Oh, well.
I want nothing to do with her.
That's you. I trust my grandma's opinion. My mom passed away, so therefore that's why I'm using my grandma. But I would trust my grandma's opinion before I trust Connor's opinion. He's never had a baby. She's watched
listen,
two of them.
obviously context matters. Like, right, I mean, if we're talking about, like, it's not as if they had a specific topic, right?
Right.
Where all of a sudden they were talking about like bottle feeding and then Craig tried to mansplain, you know, to Paige about it. Like, that's not what happened. This was like a general conversation just talking about like on a high level. And Paige is talking about her mom's never been wrong. So she just will always be the person she kind of goes to first. And there is a lot of people who have that type of relationship with their parent where it's very much mom and dad are very still playing the role of mom and dad, even though, you know, that person isn't an adult, you know?
Right. And to your point, I think if we're speaking in hypotheticals, I think you would have broken up with her if you were in Craig's position. I think you would have broken up with her last season of Summer House when they were talking about taking the next step and she started crying saying, I can't move and live away from my mom. So I'm just like, I think it's like different strokes for different folks. Like, where to me, I'm like, I understand it. I if that's all you've known and that's your security, by all means. But I'm like, depending upon what you're looking for in a partner, Craig's very aware that she's very codependent on her mom and he chose
I don't
to
think he's
stay.
looking for that. I think he accepted that because he realized after they were dating, like, that's who she was. And I think next relationship Craig enters in, he'll make sure that's not. I think that's something he put up with rather than enjoyed. And I definitely in general think it's a huge red flag.
I think their relationship expanded a lot of the options that he has and that he's gotten out of Charleston.
And how involved is your grandma in your relationship with Connor?
I mean, I wouldn't say like involved, but yeah, if I have an issue, I would talk to my grandma before I would talk to like a friend.
Of course, sure.
Yeah.
And like Natalie has her support system, obviously people she goes to, but the way Paige delivered it, and maybe I'm paraphrasing, obviously there's editing, so who knows? But she painted a picture that her mom's very involved in decisions that Paige makes, like very involved, you know, and there's a lot of people out there are in relationships that feel like they have a husband and or wife, and they're also kind of dating that person's parents. And they almost have to like make sure before they make major decisions that person has to clear it with mom or dad. And that is like
your number one dating ick.
Yeah, I
that
do
is
feel like
an
if
absolute
Nick and
fucking no, and like it's also just not healthy. Like, it might work for you and you might think it's okay, but that's not healthy. That's not a healthy relationship. That is codependent, and that is like a weird. You're way too close to your mom and dad.
Like, could you imagine if like you and Connor are like, should we, I don't know, like maybe some like big life decision, I don't know, should we buy a beach house? I don't know, whatever. And
is she helping?
And you're no, but you're like, I need to like talk to, like, I just like can't do this without like my grandma's, like she has to like approve.
Like, if every
this.
major decision you and Connor made and he started feeling like you had to make sure you check with grandma, and then if and every decision you made seemed to always align with grandma no matter what, and that, like, is that how it is?
I take my grandma's opinion at very high value. I'm just a woman. I'm sorry. The reason why I'm still alive is because she's advised me.
But if she was like, I don't think you should buy this beach house, but like you and Connor have already like gone through everything, you're financially stable,
Well,
you
I
can
mean,
do it. Would
that's-
you be like,
yeah,
we
that's-
can't do it? My grandma said no.
That's too far. But I'm like, yeah, if my grandma had concerns about it, I'd be like, what do you see?
Oh, for sure. Hear her
Agent
out.
number
We love
one.
getting
Hear her
advice.
out. Yeah.
What do you see? But yeah, I wouldn't be like, oh,
But
final
sh-
decision
But I
is made
think this
by.
is all coming from was Paige was like, would you like? She even like gave the example of like if there were two things you were choosing from and like you wanted to do one, but your mom wanted you to do the other, like would you do the other because your mom said so? And Craig was like, no, I'm 37 years old. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely not. I'm doing what I want to do.
And then Paige saying her mom's never been wrong, maybe, but like that might be through like rose-colored glasses. Like it may be her mom, like
No,
if
we
she's
don't know
that
her
connected
mom.
with
She
her
could be.
mom, it just might be her mom. Like I don't know. It might
I was-
revisionist history. All I'm saying.
If Paige's success at this point is due to taking advice from her mom, I'd take advice from her mom too.
Yeah, Paige's mom. Can you come help me out?
Give me some advice.
You seem smart.
Maybe it's not.
What
I
did
just-
y'all-
in a relationship? Yuck.
I hear you.
What did y'all think of the Danielle like interrogating Lindsay about living with Turner?
I'm like, girl, didn't you leave the show?
It was like,
Isn't Lindsay gonna like she's your best friend and you're the reason you're on this episode?
There's that, and it's just like, why is this your business? I'm like, I actually respect Lindsay being like, I want to keep things separate because listen, this happened. I'm happy about it, but I don't feel the need to do everything by the book because what if in 8 months from now we move in with each other and the shit that happened with Carl last season, I don't need a repeat.
exactly.
With the
She
child
was
involved?
she was blinded by a ended engagement. You think she's gonna like throw all of her eggs in one basket at 6
Yeah.
months?
Yeah.
It's like
No.
I kind of see her side though.
You see Danielle's side.
Kind of. I see Lindsay's side too.
No, come on, come with
I just
it.
kind of get I get Danielle's line being like, now we're making like pragmatic decisions. It's
well,
like
why not now? You already made one that was like a little bit jump the gun. So like, why not now take things a little slow?
And she also has a kid to worry about now.
again, I'm just saying sometimes we make decisions because of the optics rather than what it actually does. And I don't know.
Would you
Like,
feel the same if Lindsay got pregnant, had the baby, and she was like, well, now we have to get married 6 months in?
I think there's a difference between marriage and living together, especially when you have a kid. Like a marriage is a legal contract.
She just had to kick Carl out, who blindsided her, and with an engagement, she just
Again,
got
I
all.
see
She just
Lindsay's
moved
side,
the last
but I just
box out
kind
of.
of.
And
I
she
kinda-
did say he's over like every night of the week. So it's just like the whole like, let's not get rid of our apartments. Let's not make anything too permanent because like, what if you change your mind?
It's what we
Well,
did in the
a
beginning
kid
of
is
our
very
relationship.
permanent. I'm just saying.
well, co-parenting though is a little bit different nowadays. So it's like if he's signing up for that, he knows what he's getting himself into. You guys are having a baby together. That's not going to change. But like there may be a sense where like you shouldn't be together just because you're trying to make it work for the kid. Like they're still getting to know each
I
other.
kept my apartment in Georgia to
get-
not add extra pressure onto our
have
relationship
a kid
because we
then.
were already living. No, but I moved across the country for you.
I mean,
get
that's pretty big commitment.
Like,
For me, a kid completely changes the equation, and there's something very permanent and very real about having a child together. And like that changes the equation, and now you both like have a kid to raise. And like, regardless of what I do know about Lindsay and this man who I know nothing about is that for the next 18 years, those two are in each other's lives. They're connected no matter what. Doesn't matter whether they get married or don't get married or move in or don't get married. Those two are in each other's lives. Carl, Lindsay, as soon as this show ends, they may never speak to each other again, but like, and when you have a kid, like you take kind of practical decisions a little bit out the window. I totally get where Lindsay's coming from. I'm not saying, I don't think she's making a bad decision or wrong decision, but I kind of get the criticism. I do a little bit. Just a little bit.
As a CEO, I can see what Nick and Danielle are saying.
well, no, she is a CEO, so I feel like she does know how to make smart decisions. It was feeling just very not like girl's girl. It was like interrogating in front of people.
Everybody,
It
or
was,
like-
was weird energy. I don't.
But did you guys see that Lindsay and Aaron from RHOA were hanging out together?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I
it's all
think-
fam.
I think
fair.
That-
I think they're just leaning in.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that Sierra finally admitted that part of her and Wes was a little bit her fault. I don't know if she thinks she admitted that, but when she finally acknowledged that maybe her picker's a little off and that she goes after a certain kind of guy,
Mm.
I was like, oh, finally she's taking a little bit of ownership in her feelings.
I just thought it was hysterical when Paige said, I found him funny and I laughed. And then I told him, if you tell Sierra, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
And then Sierra's like, I will kill you. I mean, I will give Wes that. He is funny.
Wes is funny. His whole thing, the Brazzers thing, was really funny. And when he was talking about Carl and his like,
he hasn't
not
had
having
sex for a
sex
year.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't look at West Wilson and say husband material right
Yeah.
now. Or
But
boyfriend material.
he at least used to recycle.
He did. And he would wash out his, that's like,
Do you guys do that?
I do.
keep the container.
I
Yeah.
do too. Free Tupperware.
That's my lunch container for the
Yeah.
next day.
Jesse and
Sure.
Lexi. Which one should be running for the hills? Or do we think that this is going to work out for
it's
them?
just not. It's going to crash and burn.
I
The
was like-
crash out of this is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
both
It is.
giving-
It is interesting to think, though. The whole like, the jealousy comment. When you're a single I mean, I guess I know I can speak for guys. I don't know how it is for the ladies, but when you're a single guy and you have women friends, attractive women friends, but you're just friends. Like you're cool. Like there's no like weird.
Strictly
you're
platonic.
just friends.
Mhm.
Like commenting on your girlfriends who are just friends Instagram, is this something that you think nothing of? And like, especially if you've been single for a while, you just don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And then when you're in a relationship, completely opposite. You're just like, why would you comment on my girlfriend or boyfriends or husband or wife's like, like stop being fucking weird.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of funny because I remember being this single for years and having friends who were women and just like, just kind of fucking around and just like doing it for the plot or like having people online like react to it. And we're as two friends, we didn't give a fuck and we just whatever.
Yeah.
And so hearing Lexi like she's so entitled to have a problem with this. Like you don't want to be dating a guy and having him like commenting on someone else's cans and his other friends, other body parts and saying they're so beautiful and how sexy they are. Like you don't want to see that. And like the fact that it's not clicking for him and he's just like, what's the big deal? I'm just like being my
authentic
in his
self.
mind, he's just like nothing's, like you're asking me to change. I'm just being a friend to my friends.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
and to be fair, they are not official. He has a month to
That's the part-
decide.
That's the part that's confusing because even the bottle service they had was like, congrats, Jesse and Lexi, right? So I'm like,
Mhm.
I feel like both of you guys aren't having a
Well,
conversation.
Wes did that as a joke.
Yeah, that was a bit.
But still, I'm like, they're both like having conversations, but not having conversations at the same time.
That's the best kind of communication.
Especially for reality TV.
It's gonna crash and burn.
Yeah.
Also,
I
it
think-
looks like Sierra's going to get involved.
Well,
It looks like
That's not going to
Jesse-
go well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like Jesse's
No.
going to lay it on thick for fun, and
Mhm.
it's going to make Lexi very uncomfortable.
Why would Sierra do that though?
she admitted in this episode she kind of like finds him goofy and like
Why would
But
I
she also
mean-
said she's not attracted to him.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Why would she
She's not
deliver?
doing anything. Jesse's
what
the
is
one
she
coming at her
doing?
being like, oh, you're so hot. Do you have a friend crush on me? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I might have a friend crush
No,
on
she's
you.
into it.
That's what I'm saying. She's playing into it, but so did Paige and
But
everybody
they've
else.
been doing this for
Amanda is married.
since they met each other. They've had this little bit, and so
Sure.
it's like Jesse's the one. If he does end up wanting to commit to Lexi, then he should come to Sierra and be like, "Hey, love you, like still a homie, but like we got to draw the
I'm
line
not
on
saying
the
it's more
flirting."
her fault than his fault.
a lot of the times there are friends that you just like that you flirt with them. And that's like
Sure,
part of the
flirting,
friendship.
sure,
Yeah, but
I
when
would-
you
yeah.
start dating someone,
Oh yeah, when you start dating someone, it's different. But then like Lexi and Jesse still aren't like
fine. But like,
dating.
yeah, they're in this weird period where like she can't get mad, but she's a human being.
Oh,
and she's
she's
liking
totally-
this person, and she has the right to feel a certain way.
she totally
and,
deserves.
and while
to
Jesse
be
is
mad.
far more responsible for that relationship, well, Sierra's not responsible for it at all.
No.
But the fact that a year ago Sierra was in a very similar relationship, she was kind of dating someone in the house, you would think she would be able to empathize with Lexi more than anyone else. And the fact that she's the very person being the subject of Jesse's flirtiness, it's just like he doesn't give a fuck.
It's interesting.
All right. Well, don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We have a very great episode of Going Deeper with Barbie Ferreira from Euphoria. She's got a great new movie coming out as well. That is a fantastic episode with Barbie. That is all tomorrow as well. And on Thursday, very excited, we have Jason Ritter returning with his wife for the first time, Melanie Linsky. They're coming together. Very excited about them talking about their new projects. They're big fans of reality TV. I think they watch some Housewives as well, maybe some other stuff. I mean, Jason's always come on talking about The Bachelor. So either way, they will definitely be a good time. That is on Thursday as well. Great week lined up for y'all. We love you. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.